Yeah, this is case number 451 on the calendar in the matter of Shields versus Germany. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Miss Shields, you and the defendant were boyfriend and girlfriend, and you lived together for how long?
We never actually lived together. We were just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Did you live together?
When we dated, we stayed together. As far as I was concerned, we was together and staying together.
According to your complaint, last summer you were living together.
We didn't actually live together. He has his own residence and I have my residence, but we weren't couple.
Well, it's interesting. You said that he came home last summer, I think sometime in July. He came home in the morning because he had been out all night and you refused to let him in the house.
Okay.
Is that what you told me? Let me see.
I can explain.
You know, I'm getting older. Maybe I misread what you said. You said on July 1st, 2004, Byron, that would be you.
Yes, ma'am.
Came home after being out all night. He didn't have the key to get into the house and started banging on the door. I refused to allow him back into the home since he refused to stop continually disrespecting our relationship. Well, that sounds to me like he was coming home.
Actually, he had already been told not to come back around. We had already had a falling out and breaking up. I asked him not to return anymore. I told him that, you know, I didn't want to be bothered because of the things he had been doing in the relationship as far as, you know, staying out, other women, different things of that nature, and so I had already called it quits.
So that's in July, and you say that when he came home in July, he assaulted you. So tell me what happened.
He arrived at the house. It was early morning. Him and his friend had pulled up from somewhere, and he was knocking on the door, sitting through the door, opened the door, you know, that he wanted to talk, and I explained to him that, you know, there was no need for him to be there because I wasn't going to open the door and I wasn't going to talk to him, so he needed to leave. He got irate and started, you know, pushing on the screen door, you know, yanking at things, just out of control. And so, you know, I continued to let him know that the door wasn't coming open. He needed to leave or I was going to call the police. So he ran around to the side of the house and he got the garage door open. He kicked it in. He came into the garage. It's another door that allows you to come into the house. He must have got a hold of something in the garage and pried.
Whatever, he got into the house.
No, he didn't get into the house that way.
Did he get into the house some way? I want him in the house already.
Yes, ma'am, he came.
You know, I have other things to do today.
Okay, I'm sorry. He came around the front, and he yanked the screen door open. He kicked the front door, and he came in, and he assaulted me.
Well, tell me what happened when he kicked the door in.
When he kicked the door in, he started grabbing at me and started fighting me, and he punched me in my mouth.
He hit you in the face?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
And then what happened?
I had already called the police, was bleeding. Police got there. He told the story that I hit him with a glass, so therefore they said that, you know, if it's a dispute between both you guys are saying that you each assaulted each other so you both could go to jail. I wasn't really prepared to go to jail. I mean, I wanted him to leave, and at that time I just asked them to make him leave, and they did. My mother was going to escort me to the hospital up the street, and they made sure that the situation was calm down.
So you went to the hospital. What happened at the hospital?
Went to the hospital, was there for a little bit. They got me back and started to, you know, stitch up my lip and everything.
How many stitches did you have in your lip?
6 stitches.
You have a bill from the hospital?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
Let me just give her doctor bills and everything.
Now, after that date on July 1st, when was the next time you saw Byron?
Well, he continued to, you know, come around and continued to knock on the door and make little threats and different things like that. But the next actual event where I did actually have to file charges again was January the 4th this year.
And what happened?
I do have videotape. He came over again, banging, ranting and raving. He kicked the front door in that time, which I have videotape of that. And he left. I called the police, made another...
He's not the father of that baby, is he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, it's not like...
This is just videotape of today, January 4th, 2005, where he's been kicking at my door. Just continuing to destroy the door that he's already destroyed numerous times. Byron, Germany. Black. 38, about 180-some pounds. So he drove off, just kicked the door, just kicked it all apart. And he kicked my window, trying to kick my window out, but he kicked the screen, broke the screen door. He couldn't get in the door, he just tried to kick, he just keep destroying the property. Just keep destroying it.
When was the last time you had sexual relations with the defendant?
Not since the first incident. We haven't really been communicating.
You mean not since July 1st?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you told me before you started that you had already told him not to come around. Was that before or after you became pregnant?
I guess it was around about that time. It was all pretty close together, you know. Things are just spinning out of hand at that time.
Your Honor, I was there the day before that.
Oh, yeah, I know you were. And then you took off and you stayed out all night.
Well, we went to the casino.
So?
When we go to the casino, your phone doesn't work in there. And apparently, I guess she was trying to call me and she didn't get through.
Well, when did you
and
tell her
got
that?
upset.
Shh, listen to me.
In the casino, 24 hours.
Am I speaking to you? When did you tell your girlfriend that you were going to be out all night and you wouldn't be coming home?
I didn't think I had to report to her. She knew I was with him and we were going to go do a couple things.
You picked him, my friend.
Yeah.
That same thing I tell him. Oh.
And it's a pattern.
Just a second. Do you and I have to have a...
Okay,
Bird,
okay.
ask him to come up here, would you, please?
Step up.
Right here. I run this show. Do you understand? You don't speak until I speak to you. If I ask to speak to you, you'll stand up there, you'll tell me your name, you'll answer questions that I ask you. Other than that, I don't want to hear from you. We understand each other?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Perfect.
Your Honor, when she goes places, she don't call me and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I mean, she does it, and when she gets back...
Well, let me ask you this question, Sir Lancelot. How would you feel if she went out with her friends, or with whomever, and stayed out until 8 o'clock in the morning, didn't call you, and you were home all night waiting for her to come
I
home?
didn't stay after 8 o'clock.
I'm asking you a question. This is my story. I'm allowed to make up the facts in my story. How would you feel if your girlfriend, who you were expecting to come home, stayed out all night and traipsed in at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning? How would you feel?
I mean, I'll probably be a little upset, but I mean...
Ooh! You'd probably be a little upset, Byron.
I wouldn't double lock the doors and block your phone numbers out from the phone so you can't call or get in.
Well, that should have told you something, my dear. She didn't want to hear from you. She didn't want to see you. She was really annoyed.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your friend says, what am I going to be friendly with him for? He's an idiot.
Right.
See? You knew you'd come in handy.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Regina Shields says ex-boyfriend Byron Germany kicked in her front door and split her lip. Byron claims Regina injured herself when she swung a cup at him.
Byron, you can't give her a fat lip, my dear.
I didn't hit her on the lip. She hit me with the cup, and then on a moment...
Where did she hit you with a cup?
On my elbow.
What bone did she break?
She didn't break no, she swole my elbow out to there.
Oh.
But when, like, the police took forever getting there, but when the police did come there, I told her I wasn't trying to press no charges.
Well, how did her lip get split?
Where her lip got split, when she was swinging the cup, she hit her own self with the cup. And I was pushing her back, and I think when I hit her hand, it hit back and hit her lip. I know it sounds wild, but that's what happened.
It's possible. And it all wouldn't have happened if you hadn't kicked in the door.
I didn't kick in the door, I pushed it open.
Pushed it in, kicked it, shh. Pushed it, kicked it. It all wouldn't have happened if you just went home, let her cool off, go back to the casino, lose another couple of bucks. You could have done a whole bunch of things instead of pushing in the door.
When she gets angry like that, she stay like that for some days.
Then what you do is you stay away for a few days.
But I had something in the house I need to get, and I was
What?
I had some money in there. I wanted to get my money in. Then I was going to go and let her do her routine where she'd be hot for a week or two.
Now, what about this video that I just saw of you driving back and forth and then leaving the house?
I wasn't driving back and forth. I was backing out.
Okay, you were backing out. Why were you there?
It's my house. It's my place.
How long has it been since you lived there?
I mean,
Byron! How long has it been since you lived there?
I'm with her 24/7 there. I'm just off and on.
I'm talking about January.
That was, I think that was July on the video. What's the date on that?
January 4th.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, 'cause I was back. I forgot. So many incidents. You don't understand, y'all. There's so many incidents I can't remember.
What were you doing there?
I think that day, I think I didn't answer my phone. I remember right. and I was trying to call, and she put me on the block and other stuff. And then when you pull up to the door, we got a little surveillance, and she likes to talk through the camera to you, and it irritates you because you're standing there and can't get in your own place.
I got a restraining order.
I see it.
Yeah. Here's the protection order. That was for what I had to file on the 4th of January, and I actually did have them charge him for kicking the door down that time.
That restraining order is dismissed.
That was from the first incident.
This one is dated the 4th of January, 2005. It was filed.
What, is that the restraining order?
That's the complaint.
The complaint? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't want you around anymore, Byron.
I mean, I don't have no problem with it. Like I said, my lease is up.
When was the last time he lived there?
It's been before the first incident.
Before July?
Yes.
Okay, and he hasn't been living there since July?
Yeah, I've been there off and on. I've been there.
What do you mean off and on you've been
like,
there?
I'll come, she'll get mad, and I'll go. I mean, I don't have no problem.
Byron, really, unless you want to spend a lot of time in jail, you should stay away from her.
I'm not trying to spend no time in jail.
What I'm telling you is I'm giving you the best possible advice, Byron. If you don't want to spend a lot of time in jail, you're going to stay away from her, because once you've had a history of domestic violence, eventually a judge is going to get fed up with you and say, Byron, you don't seem to get it. And maybe you'll get it if you do 60 days.
But I never been charged with, I've been charged, but everything's been dismissed.
What I'm telling you, Byron, is she doesn't want to see you anymore.
Then she should stop calling me and telling me, what are you doing? You ain't coming by here.
You have proof that she does that?
You're going to ask her, but I know she's not going to tell you the truth.
Right.
She just gets in those moods. Like I said, if I stay out all night, or if I don't answer my phone, or if she thinks she hears women in the background, she's going to go off and she's going to do what she does now. And that's the only reason why the doors end up like that. But as far as that fat lip, I never put my hands on her. She did it with herself
No,
with
you
the
did.
cup.
You did. You put your hands on her. I'm not saying that you hit her. I'm not saying that with all the scuffling, that maybe the cup hit her lip. That's possible. But for the fact that you kicked in the door or pushed in the door, it wouldn't have happened.
I understand that. One time before, she's got that little bump right there. She had a hammer, hit me with a hammer, swinging a hammer at me. And when I pushed her back, she bumped her head with the hammer.
He's extremely violent. Extremely violent.
Oh, she's extremely
just
violent.
a second. You have a bad temper?
I can.
Yeah, I know. And I know that you do. And I know that when he pushed his way into your house that day, things got hot and heavy. Right?
Really, I'm scared of him.
Now, listen to me. Things got hot and heavy. Is that right?
It's already heated, but I wouldn't hit him because I know he'll hit me back. I know he'll hit me back.
Yeah, and I've been hit with bricks, 2x4s.
Well, then you're an idiot.
Cell phone.
Then listen to me. Then you're an idiot. If you've been hit with bricks and hammers and glasses and cups and you keep going back, then something's not right. Then your friend says, what am I going to be friendly with him for? He's an idiot, right?
Right.
See? You knew you'd come in handy.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Regina Shields claims ex-boyfriend Byron Germany kicked in her front door and assaulted her.
Yana, can we put him over there with her? She's gonna say I'm an idiot.
Well, don't you think you're an idiot? Listen, if you get hit with bricks and hammers and cups and she's vicious and you keep going back.
Yana, it's not like she...
Shh. Does that make you smart?
No, don't make you smart, but she's not beating me, literally beating me, but I'm saying she will hit you with something.
Protecting
She'll
her.
break a curtain rod up and hit you.
If he got...
Just wait a second. So now I've got Byron. I've got curtain rods, bricks,
It gets worse, sir.
hammers,
2x4s.
2x4s,
And cell
cups,
phones.
cell phones.
Yeah, cell phones, house phones. We had to replace the house phone 3 times because she wants to beat you with them.
Byron, you're right. Go over on that side.
Nah, I'm just saying. I mean, I be trying to give him advice too, like he just need to leave her alone. You know?
See? Wisdom.
You know, she's complaining about the doors. I mean, I have damages too. She tore up cars. She done kicked doors, and I got a Hummer. She beat it with an iron, like you iron. I was going to pull out the driveway, then bam.
Ask him why he stays.
If I ask him why he stays, we may turn into an R-rated program. Why do you stay, Byron?
I mean, I love her to death. She's a good girl when she want to be, but what I'm trying to say to you, I mean, she does things too. I mean, I bought a car and I only had it 3 days, and I got my cousin. I know it sounds strange. My cousin hit me on the expressway, knocked me to the guardrail. I only had the car 3 days, and she said, "That's what you get for not giving me no money." I mean, that's not right. She was in the car with me. We both could have ended up seriously hurt.
He's trying to say I'm money hungry. That's what he's trying to say.
Well, maybe you are and maybe you're not. Anyway, Byron, I don't know whether she loves you or not, but all I can tell you is if you don't stay away from her, there's going to be a problem. And you're going to have this baby, and then there are going to be a whole host of other problems. Do you understand? Because you're going to want to see this baby, you're going to want to visit with this baby, and unless you learn to control yourself, and she learns to control herself, because my sense is that she knows how to get your goat. But you can't touch her.
No, she kicked his car before. He
what?
just bought a car.
Listen to me. I believe she's got a bad temper.
Can I say something, Judge Judy, please?
Sure.
I know when a bad situation is getting ready to get out of hand, the only thing I ask of him is just leave. When I get angry, I can easily go and do things like that to his property when he does to where I live, but I don't do that. I just ask that he leave, and if he doesn't leave, I call the police.
Listen to me. I know you sound as if butter would melt in your mouth. What he's saying is that when you're not here in a courtroom situation, you can have a really hot, volatile temper. That's what he's saying. And I have a tendency to believe him because I think that he doesn't do the right thing, but I don't think he's full of baloney. And I think you are a little bit. I'm not saying he does the right thing. He doesn't do the right thing. Staying out all night, not the right thing. Not keeping in touch with you, not the right thing. If he's fooling around, not the right thing. But you know how to get to him so that when you bring the decibel level up to a certain point and then you say, now you have to go home, Byron. Well, you've already got him all worked up. Her lip got split, and her lip wouldn't have gotten split if you hadn't punched in the door. So you're going to pay for all those medical bills, which come to which come to about $630. Better find somebody to fix your door for about $500.
Yana, I didn't hit her in the lip. I shouldn't have to pay.
I don't care whether you hit her in the lip or not, but for the fact that you pushed in the door, there wouldn't have been a scuffle and her lip wouldn't have gotten busted.
All she had to do was answer the door. He could tell you. He was right
Just
there.
a second. She didn't want to answer the door. She doesn't have to answer the door. There is nothing written in the Constitution, Byron, that provides that she has to answer the door because you knock on it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,130. I suggest you stay far away from each other unless it's pursuant to a court order of visitation for this new blessed event that's coming next month. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. Yeah, this is case number 438 on the calendar in the matter of Water versus Boris. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Mrs. Water, the defendant is your former husband, and you have 2 children together.
We have 4.
I only knew of 2 boys. You have
2 boys and 2 girls.
In any event, one of your boys was in need of a car. So you called your ex-husband because you knew that he had a car that was not running, an old car, 40 years old, a classic car, and you made the following agreement with him, according to your complaint, that you would invest your money in getting the car up and running if he would give the car to your son. What's your son's name?
Luke.
And Mr. Boris said, okay, go get it. It's laying over in my father's property because it's not running. So far, correct?
I went down and prepped the car. We pulled it out and cleaned it up. My son.
But it wasn't running.
It wasn't running.
And you took the car, and over the course of the next several months, you put the car in running order and invested, according to you, almost $4,000 in the car. And at some point, there came a problem because you couldn't title the car and get the insurance on the car and turn it over to Luke because there was some problem with Mr. Boris.
Yes.
And you ended up buying your son another car.
Right.
And now you're suing him for the money you invested in his car.
Yes.
So I'm going to turn to you, Mr. Boris, and ask you some questions, sir.
Sure.
First, tell me what year car this was.
1964 Falcon.
And how long have you had it?
30 years.
And according to your answer, it had been your intention always to give the car to one of your sons.
Correct.
So it's clear that you and your former wife had this agreement that she was going to fix the car and you were going to give the car to Luke.
Right.
And she did fix the car and invest thousands of dollars in it.
No, she said she had it fixed, but it still didn't run right. After spending that amount of money, it didn't run right.
She spent thousands of dollars on the car.
Correct.
How many thousands of dollars do you have documented that you spent on the car?
$5,293.
So what happened, Mr. Boris?
When they picked the car up, I only saw it one time after they picked the car up, and I had asked on several occasions to be included in the repair of the car because that was our dream. That didn't happen. Her new live-in boyfriend did the repairs on the car with my son, which upset him greatly because that was our thing, always.
And Mr. Boris, if that was going to be your thing, then why didn't you say, listen, if you pay for the parts, we'll leave it at my father's house, and I'll work with Luke on it, you know, whenever I can. Why did you, according to you, put it in shape so that they could move it?
She made the offer of, if I give the car to Luke, that she would pay for the repairs.
Right. Well, that's what I said.
She didn't want to include me in that, though. She said she would, but once they got the car, I never saw it after that. They took it somewhere else to a friend of his who builds race cars, and she wouldn't tell me where it was. I had asked several occasions.
How did you ask?
I'd like to go see the car. I'd like to see where it is, the progress of the car.
And what did she say to you?
No, it's being worked on.
Oh, that's not a nice thing to do. Why did you do that?
Well, I don't recall ever saying that. The car was at the mechanic's house for a month while he was rebuilding the engine and doing major work to it, and then we brought it home, and it was parked in front of the house until the police came by and told me that the registration was not valid, even though I had plates and tags. So we had to move it off the street. So we did park it at a friend's house who has some property.
Well, what do you need to get the car in a state where it can be registered and have proper tags?
Just a signed statement from him stating that he has given the car to my son, but he refuses to do that.
I have a thing from the DMV. My son has the proper paperwork. The reason that the DMV kicked it back out was because she tried to add her name to it. Her name
How
is
old is Luke?
16.
He can't register the car himself.
He can become the legal owner, though.
No, he can't. He can't. She needs an insurable interest in the car in order to get insurance on it. Anybody who wants to insure a car has to have an insurable interest in that car. Otherwise, you could take out insurance on my life, for instance, and then I wouldn't feel safe. Do you understand? So your 16-year-old son cannot own this property alone. He has to own it with a parent, with an adult, or with his guardian.
More than willing to be a co-owner with him.
Well, that wasn't your agreement.
And the agreement wasn't to make her the owner either.
No, she's not supposed to be the owner. But if she...
There on the paperwork, it's trying to show that she's trying to put her name on the title.
With Luke?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what's wrong with that? She's just paid $5,000 to fix it.
Because my son told me once she takes ownership, because she bought him a new car. She went and spent thousands of dollars more for a new car rather than to continue to invest in fixing that car. And my son has told me that once she becomes the owner, she's going to sell it. And that was never the intent.
Miss Water, is it your testimony today that if you are successful, that it is your intention to give this car to your son, or is it your intention to sell it?
My intent was to get the car running for my son. I tried to do something nice because I knew he wanted to give the car to one of his sons. So I said, you give him the car, I will pay to have it up and running. He failed to follow through on his part.
No, madam.
He refused to sign a bill of sale.
He did not want to sign a bill of sale to you and Luke. He says, I don't have a problem with signing a bill of sale over to myself and Luke, but not
after
to...
I invested the money.
What?
It could be in my son's name, but as you state, it cannot only be in his name.
Correct. And he said, I'm not making my former wife a gift. I'm making a gift to my son. So he has no objection to giving you a bill of sale so that you can act as emissary to have the car registered and insured. Correct?
Yes.
That's not unreasonable. That was your agreement. Your agreement wasn't that he was going to reimburse you.
I have a younger son whom also I had planned on once he reaches the age to pass that car on to him.
Listen. You can only pass the car to one child. You made an agreement with your former wife. Your agreement was that she would fix the car. She would pay to fix the car, and the car would be Luke's.
Right. And
it is only by virtue of the fact that the law proscribes a 16-year-old from owning a vehicle because he can't insure the vehicle that I come up with this solution for you, sir. And she is the guardian and custodian of your 16-year-old son, so you cannot sell this car without her permission. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes, I would turn the car after Luke is 18.
No.
It's a family heirloom. It's something I want to keep in the family.
Mr. Boris, listen
Yes.
to me very carefully, sir. You made an agreement with your former wife.
And Luke.
And Luke. And you will, and I will issue an order, that you will do a bill of sale to your son and you as co-owners of this car. And you will deliver that bill of sale to your former wife, giving her the ability, because that was your agreement, to register the car and insure it. If Luke chooses to drive it, that's fine. If he wishes to insure it, that's fine. If she wishes to keep that car on her property for the next 2 years until Luke is ready to take it himself, and I assume, sir, that you want to maintain good relations with your son when he's 18, I assume you're going to sign the car over to him.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
Perfect. That's the solution. So within 5 days from today, you will deliver that statement to your wife, along with the agreement that when Luke turns 18, he will become the sole owner of the car. Is that reasonable?
That's reasonable.
Understand? Good. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm very frustrated. I put a lot of money into that car, and I wasn't able to get it registered so my son could use it, and he needed another car, so I have spent more money than I needed to.
She let her new live-in boyfriend do the work on the car with my son.
They're just allegations. I gave him plenty of opportunity. The only thing is he wanted me to fund his time with his son.
That had been something that my son and I had always planned on doing together, not some guy that she has living in the house.
He makes everything difficult.
It's been this way for years.
I just hope we can put it behind us.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Eden versus Neely, step forward, please.
18-year-old student Desiree Eden is suing her father's girlfriend, EMT tech Susan Neely, for the return of payments on a Dodge Neon she repossessed. Susan is countersuing for the vehicle's unpaid balance and insurance payments.
Who are you?
I'm the dad.
Why don't you stand up, sir?
Okay.
Miss Eden, while this gentleman, who's your father, is not a defendant, I'm going to have him stand here because I think it's important. Miss Neely is your father's girlfriend. They live together, is that right?
Yes.
According to what I read, a couple of years ago, you needed a car. You were living with your father and his girlfriend. And Miss Neely agreed to buy a car. You were underage, so it was in her name. And tell me what the agreement was.
The agreement was that I paid the car payments on the car as it came. I paid the $1,000 down plus the car payments on it.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
From when to when?
From November 2003 to December or November 26th of 2004.
And you made the payments every month?
Yes.
Who paid the insurance?
I paid it when she asked for it.
The agreement was that you would make the monthly payments.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Neely, is it correct that Miss Eden made the monthly payments on the car from November of 2003 to November of 2004?
Her last payment was on November the 12th of
So the answer would be
2004.
yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what happened in November of 2004?
Okay, the day after Thanksgiving, she decided that she was going to move out and move in with her boyfriend. And I told her she could not take the car because that car was in my name. It was titled in my name. And I would not let her have it because if something should happen and they go out and have a wreck and kill somebody, it comes back on me. So I told her she had to leave the car with me, and if she came with the balance owed against the car, then I would sign it over to her.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Just a second.
She did not come up with the $2,201.93 that was owed against the car, so I would not allow her to have it.
Well, wasn't your agreement. Miss Neely, that wasn't your agreement.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It's really dumb to hitch your wagon to a star when you're 18 years old, especially when the star isn't such a star.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
18-year-old Desiree Eden says her father's girlfriend, Susan Neely, illegally repossessed her car. Susan says she took the car away when Desiree moved in with her boyfriend.
When did you turn 18?
May 23rd.
Of 2004?
Of 2004.
Once she turned 18 and continued to make the payments, and you continued to accept the payments, that contract that you had with her, that verbal contract, was ratified, which meant it became a contract. The contract's terms were very simple. You make the payments until the car is paid off. I'll sign the title over to you. That was your contract.
But she's no longer making payments.
She stopped making payments because you wouldn't let her take the car.
Correct.
Your Honor.
What we're talking about is an anticipatory breach, which is you said to yourself, I'm not so sure whether she's going to continue to make the payments on the car if she's not here and living with the boyfriend, so I'm not going to let her have the car. That's what you really said.
Well, our insurance company told us that.
Hey, don't tell me what your insurance company told you. The insurance company cannot interpret a contract that you had with her.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Also, when it was told to her, when we decided to get the car for her, it was also told that she would stay in school, and it depended on her grades. That way we could also use the car. If she started slipping a little bit, we could take the car away from her.
She hadn't slipped? Sir, she just decided to move out and move in with her boyfriend.
Exactly. But after that is when she lost her job. She quit school.
I did not.
But just a second, just a second. Mr. Eden, at the time she left, she was making the payments.
Yes.
She was in school.
Yep.
And she had a job.
Yes.
You can't anticipate what's going to happen afterwards. Where's the car now?
It is at my house.
They have it for sale for $2,500.
Car is hers.
Okay, who pays the rest of the...
She does.
Okay. Does she pay that to us or to the car dealership, or...
Are you working?
No, ma'am.
Well, how are you going to make the payments on the car?
Well, I just moved back into my mom's here recently. I have to get another job.
Where's the boyfriend?
Right here.
How come you moved out of his house?
We both moved into my mom's house. We were having too much problems in Monette where we were living with him. He had assaulted me shortly after I moved out.
Who did?
My father. I had to get a restraining order against him on December 8th. He assaulted me on December 7th.
About what?
About he was mad that I moved out and I was living with him.
Does he work?
Yes, he does.
What does he do?
He is
Don't
in
look down.
factory.
What?
Factory.
And what about you?
I'm in school, high school.
How do you do in high school?
I do really good. I have good grades.
You do really well.
I do really well. I try.
I have a report card from when she left.
We don't need you to do any negatives.
Okay, I just sort of...
Listen to me. Is he in school?
No, he's not.
How old is he?
22.
Do you have the ability to do better in school?
Yes, ma'am.
It's really dumb to hitch your wagon to a star when you're 18 years old, especially when the star isn't such a star. Unless you get an education, it's going to be a struggle your whole life. You want to struggle your whole life?
No, Your Honor.
You know what I'm saying to you?
Yes, ma'am.
You look like you have the potential to do okay. Unless you recognize your potential, you're going to be clawing at life your whole life. I think that taking back this car is probably going to be a terrible burden for you, financially, because you don't have the money for it now, right?
Right.
So you put in $4,000 into the car in the year that you had it, in payments that you made.
Correct.
Let's say you had to rent a car, a basic car, for the year. That would have cost you about $2,000 or $166 a month, basic. So you have the following choice. Either you assume full financial responsibility for this car, or I'm prepared to award you half of what you're requesting, which is $2,000, which might give you an opportunity of going and finding a good second-hand car that wouldn't give you any further payments. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And then Ms. Neely and your father can go and sell this car. If they make a profit, fine. If they don't, fine. You think that's a smarter idea for you?
Yes, I do, because I don't know what they've done. I'm not sure what they've done to the car since I haven't had it.
Well, I don't think they've purposely done anything. They're trying to sell it. All right. You can't anticipate a breach of a contract. You had an agreement with this young lady, and she fulfilled her end of the agreement. She used the car for a year, over a year. She understands that that's wear and tear on the car. I'm awarding her $2,000. Be smart. Buy wheels so that you can get yourself to and from school and to and from a part-time job. Do well in school. Think a little higher than what you know. Think a little higher. Think, can I reach my potential, and what is that?
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have any children, do you?
Oh, no.
Right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
And you don't plan on any for a while, right?
No, ma'am.
Very smart. Make sure. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $2,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, this is case number 454 on the calendar in the matter of Krantz versus Luperspeck. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Ms. Krantz, this is your former husband, and according to your complaint, subsequent to your divorce, you made 2 loans to him.
Yes, ma'am.
Both were for court fines or tickets or whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
And neither of those loans have been repaid.
No, ma'am.
The defendant says that you did, in fact, advance him the money in form of a loan, and he paid you back. And he says that the second chunk of money that you gave him to pay tickets or something so that he could get his license back was just a gift, and he is also prepared to establish that. So, when were you married and when were you divorced, Ms. Krantz?
We were married on October the 10th of 2003.
And when were you divorced?
The divorce papers are stated April the 27th of 2004.
And when was the first loan?
June the 21st of 2004. And I do have where he signed a note that he would pay me back the money.
Okay, I'd like to see it.
Okay. Also attached with that is the way that I proceeded to get the money. He was in jail at the time for not paying fines and restitutions.
Just a second.
Things
Wait a second.
stolen.
Shh. Okay, were you in jail in June of 2004?
Most definitely.
When did you get out of jail?
Like the beginning of July. She came and posted a bond for me. It was a $2,200 cash bond.
And you signed this that you owe her $23.33.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
With regard to that, you say you paid her back.
Yes, ma'am.
How come you called your former wife for the money? You were divorced?
We were planning on trying to work things out. We've been talking on the phone while I was in jail. I would have been there probably 4 years if I had not made that bond. She was pretty much the only person I knew that would help me.
Okay. So you were pretty desperate.
It was probably more than desperate. I mean, I wanted to be with her and wanted to, be a family again. But I mean, yeah, she was the only place.
What were you in jail for, sir?
I had stolen some things, and I had violated my probation for that by not paying my fines and court costs and all that.
Now, show me, Mr. Luperspeck, that you paid her back.
What I have is my check stubs that my bosses wrote me for that period of time, and I have my supervisor at the job that was there on 2 occasions. She came and personally got my check. I signed it and she got it. And then when I went back to jail, she picked up my last paycheck, and he can testify that he was there and saw that.
Your Honor, I will state that when we were together, he would contribute to bills, but certainly never repaying any of the money that I had loaned him.
Did you ever go and get money from his supervisor?
There was one occasion where I picked up a paycheck. After he had went to jail in August, I picked up an $84 paycheck from his job.
Only one paycheck?
Yes, ma'am.
It's the only time you went?
Yes, ma'am.
Step up. Tell me your name.
Nebojša Kovacevic.
What kind of work do you do?
Construction.
Were you his supervisor?
Yes, at that time.
Tell me what you know about these paychecks.
I know at 2 occasions that she came on Fridays and he signed the paychecks, and gave it to her. And the last, when he went to jail, the last paycheck, my brother gave it out to her because he called from jail and told me to give her the last check.
Now, what about the 2 other times that you say you saw him?
Yes, I saw him sign the paycheck and hand it to her.
Where were you living at the time, sir?
When I got the loan, I got out of jail, moved directly in with Ms. Krantz.
How long did you live with her?
It was not very long.
Tell me how long. When did you get out of jail? You got out of jail
it was
in
a month at the longest.
July?
Yes, ma'am, and in August I was back in jail, so it was about 3 weeks.
I made the loan for him on June the 21st. I paid his fines and restitutions to get him out of jail. He could not get out of jail until they were paid.
He was
the very
not,
next
just
day,
a second, he was not living with you at the time?
No, ma'am, he was in jail.
Okay, so then he got out of jail.
And he was arrested for domestic assault the very next day.
On who?
On me.
How long did he live with you after that?
From the time that I made the loan to him to the time that he moved out of my home completely was, I say, about a month, maybe.
And how much money do you claim you gave her, sir, in your paychecks?
Ma'am, since I've known her...
No, I don't care since you know her. I'm talking about for that 1 month.
Every dime it says I made. Since I've known her, I've signed every paycheck I've ever made, and she has deposited in her account.
Listen to me. You're not following what I'm saying to you.
$2,308. And After I was arrested for domestic assault, my boss came and bonded me out, and I went and stayed with him.
Did he sign his checks over to you, and did they go into a joint account?
No, ma'am. I had my own personal private account. Thomas never was on my account. He was not able to be on my account.
No, that's not what I asked.
Okay. No, ma'am, he did not. No.
What kind of work do you do?
I am a stay-at-home mother. I have a special education child, and I stay at home.
Well, who supports your family?
I get a Social Security check for my son's disability, and I also get alimony from my first 13-year marriage.
Okay. Let me hear about the next loan that you allegedly made to him.
Mr. Lupersbeck got out of jail December the 13th of 2004.
Was that for domestic violence?
It was for a probation violation because of the domestic violence.
Against her?
Correct.
Go ahead.
Mr. Lupersbeck got out of jail on December the 13th, in which he called me, stated that he had nowhere to stay, nowhere to go. He wanted to come back home. I allowed that to happen. I know that he owed me money from before. I figured if I didn't let him come back home and help him...
Don't even say that. You said that in your complaint.
Well, it was...
I don't believe it. When he came back home, did he sleep with you in your bed?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it was...
Shut! That's not to give him a place to stay. Giving him a place to stay is that he has a pillow and you go sleep on the couch. Letting him come home and share your bed is a totally different thing, Miss Krantz. You know it and I know it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I was just in love, and I was
Well, then you
foolish.
have to say that, you know. I mean, that's clear. You were in love with him?
And I was foolish.
Well, then why are you bothering me?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
My daughter was not with me. She had chose to live with her father.
Is she back now?
No, we are just now establishing our relationship together.
It's what happens when you fall in love with a bum.
And later today,
I was trying to get out of the vacation because I didn't want to be around any negative influences where I know that things are going on.
So why did you go?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Shelley Krantz says her ex-husband, Thomas Lupersbeck, owes for 2 loans to pay court fines and restitution. Shelley also says Thomas is an abuser.
Okay, you were foolish, you were in love, you gave him money.
I did.
Then you had a fight, and he probably knocked you around, and you had him incarcerated, and then he was violated again, and then as soon as he got out of jail, you let him come back again in December to your home where you have children, where children are supposed to be peaceful and live in a peaceful, quiet environment.
At that time, my daughter was not with me. She had chose to live with her father because of the things that had happened between Mr. Lupersbeck and I.
Is she back now?
No, we are just now establishing our relationship together.
Well, that's what happens. It's what happens when you fall in love with a bum. Fall in love with a bum, you can lose your whole family.
I realize that.
That would be you.
No, it wouldn't.
You may have a seat, sir. Yeah,
Sure.
That would be you.
Ma'am, I've worked every day since I've met this lady, and I was sleeping in my car before we were married and giving her my paycheck. I don't consider that being a bum so that her and her family can eat.
Just a second, sir. How did she get involved with the arrest that brought you 2 probation violations? Who'd you steal from her?
No, sir, ma'am. It was an employer that was refusing to pay me.
You mean an employer that was refusing to pay you? A judge wouldn't listen to you when you were trying to get your money from that employer? Look at you, Mr. Lupersbeck. You can't even keep a straight face.
I didn't even try to go through a court. I just took what I felt he owed me.
Did that ever happen before, Mr. Lupersbeck?
No, ma'am.
Never were arrested before?
Yes, ma'am.
She didn't have anything to do with that, did she?
Not that I know of.
Okay. So how many times in total, I want you to think? How old are you?
26.
26. So you haven't had that long a life. How many times have you been arrested? Let's say more than 5?
15.
15. So you've been arrested 15 times. And how many times was she involved?
Twice.
Twice out of 50. So 13 times she was not. That makes you a bum.
Sure.
Just because you try to pay your own way and pay a little rent money doesn't make you not a bum. Somebody who's 26 years old has been arrested 15 times is a bum. That's what my grandmother would say.
She's entitled to her opinion.
It's my opinion's the only one who counts here.
Your Honor,
Listen to me, Ms. Krantz. Give me the second loan. He came out of jail in December of 2004. You took him back home. I assume it was at that point your daughter went to your ex-husband, or before?
No, ma'am, that was in June.
In June of 2004?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so she had enough of him 6 months before.
Yes, ma'am.
So now let's fast forward to December 2004. Go ahead.
He came home. He was placed on intensive state probation. Part of his probation was that he was to get his license back and retain a job. So he asked if I would help him get his license reinstated. He promised me several times that if I paid this for him, that he would pay me back. He informed me that there were 2 tickets that he had to get paid.
All right, so you gave him how much, $800?
It was over $800.
All right, and then what happened after the 15th?
Shortly thereafter, we began to argue. Thomas still had a problem finding a job.
And?
We began to argue because he wouldn't get a job and he wouldn't pay me back the money that he owed me.
Is that what you were arguing about?
We were arguing because that's what we do. I guess that was one of the topics of conversation, sure.
Your Honor.
And what did you say to her?
I went and sat in the living room on the chair, and when the argument continued, I left.
What was she saying to you?
After about the first 10 minutes, I don't even know. I wasn't listening.
Is it possible she was saying to you, you have to get a job because you have to pay me back the money you owe me?
She did say that, and that's something that we already knew, but it was wintertime. I frame houses for a living, and framing jobs aren't so easy to find in the wintertime.
Well, this makes my life much easier, because you see what you just said, Mr. Lubesbeck? You said that's what we were arguing about, you know, about the money that I owed her. But, you know, it's not so easy in the wintertime to get a job framing, and that's what I do for a living. So you know what that is, Mr. Lubesbeck?
What is it?
That is an acknowledgement that you owe her money.
Your Honor.
Shut up!
Sorry.
That's what it is. You must have been before a lot of dumb judges in your time, sir.
Not that I know of.
Somebody who's been arrested and probably convicted more than half a dozen times, as far as I'm concerned, should probably be in jail forever. Listen to me carefully, sir. Did you give him a W-2 for his taxes?
Your Honor, it's a different form.
It's a different
1099.
Okay, so you gave him a 1099.
Yes, he's got that.
You have a short time to fill out your taxes, sir.
Correct, ma'am. April 15th.
Right. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $3,195, which is the amount requested. I don't believe, Mr. Lubesbeck, that you paid back this loan. Your final statement to me indicates that the last argument that you had with the plaintiff was over this loan. You decided to tune her out on the 15th of December. I tune you out now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
We can't communicate because both of us are hard-headed and didn't want to listen to the other one.
I'm just very hurt that I gave the defendant so many chances and tried to help him so much, and he still denied the fact that he owed me the money.
I love her very much.
I care about him, but I think I'm going to make smarter decisions from now on.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of McLeish versus Kramer. Step forward.
21-year-old department store manager Ashley McLeish is suing her former friend, retail salesperson Angela Kramer, for her share of a trip to Las Vegas. Angela claims Ashley and her witness coerced her into going.
How old are you, Miss McLeish?
21.
Miss Kramer?
21.
You used to be really good friends, and you claim that Miss Kramer owes you for her share of a trip that the two of you took to Las Vegas.
Correct.
And Miss Kramer says she had a lousy time, right?
Yeah.
And in addition to having a lousy time, she never agreed to pay you back.
That is incorrect.
Miss Kramer, what do you do for a living?
I'm a student in retail sales.
Where do you work?
I work at Mervyn's.
You live by yourself?
No.
Who do you live with?
I live with my father.
In his house?
Yes.
Miss McLeish, what about you? You're a student?
Yeah, I go to Golden West College, and I'm a retail manager at Mervyn's, and I live with my parents.
Okay, good. Now, you went on vacation?
Yes.
For how long?
3 days.
You were going there for what reason?
Because it was our 21st birthday, so me, her, and my witness wanted to have a good time, and on our 21st birthday, Vegas is like the place to be.
Good. So, you asked her to go with you?
Yes.
She said?
Yes.
And?
So I looked online for prices for hotel and airfare because we wanted to fly there. And after...
Did Miss Kramer say that you should put these charges on your credit card?
I agreed to put it on my credit card, and the agreement was that she would pay me back before we left on August 1st.
Your Honor, that's not...
Just a second. She didn't pay you back?
No, she hadn't paid me back.
What did she tell you about paying you back?
She said she'll get back to me. So I figured it was like she'd pay me back when we got back because we were having a great time. We both had fun. We went out to dinner, we went dancing, we went to clubs, we went got VIP everything. We didn't have to pay for anything. And all she did was...
Why not?
Why not? Because the month before we had made a connection. Our friend knows a lot of like security guards, and he knows a lot of bouncers, so we got to get in free. We didn't have to wait in like 2-hour lines to get in the best clubs.
Okay, according to you, you had a good time.
Right.
Came back, she didn't pay.
Right.
Go.
I never agreed to pay. When she said that the hotel, the price of it, I said that's way too high and I'd rather just stay at my family's house because I can stay there for free.
So why didn't you?
Because when I told them that, they said, just don't worry about it.
And somebody dragged you on the plane?
Well, you know, it's my 21st birthday. I was trying to distance myself anyways, and that's why...
I'm asking you, somebody dragged you on the plane?
No.
Well, if you didn't want to go, why did you go?
Because they said, just don't worry about the costs.
Well, why would you think that they would take you away on vacation?
Because that's what they said.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
I actually have pictures, if I could show you, of her having a good time dancing.
I don't care whether she had a good time or whether she had a lousy time. It's irrelevant to me.
Your Honor, I was trying to get out of the vacation because I didn't want to go with them. And when they said, just come on, please go, I decided, fine, I'll go. Because they said, don't worry about any of the costs, don't worry about anything,
Your Honor,
just
may I
go.
say something,
Yeah,
please?
step up. Tell me your name.
My name is Lori Irigoyen. And we spoke to her the night before we left, and she said, yeah, she couldn't afford it. But then we said, okay, we've still put it on a credit card. You need to pay us back, or you need to pay Ashley back. She didn't want to do that. Well, you can't.
Well, what did she say?
She said, no, I don't have to pay you back. If I don't go, I shouldn't have to pay you back.
Exactly.
Why did you call the night before?
Because I had talked to them recently before that also, because what I was doing was I was talking to my backgrounds investigator, and when I was going through looking at the lie detector test and polygraph...
I have no idea what you're talking about now.
Well,
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
what it is I'm going for a future career in the criminal justice, and so I was talking to a backgrounds investigator, and she was showing me the polygraph test that you would have to be taking, and it had to ask questions about your friends and what you know about your friends, and that can make you fail and make it so you can't get into a premier area.
So?
So
please.
I had decided that I didn't want to be around any negative influences where I know that things are going on.
So why did you go?
Because I made a mistake. I thought...
Good. Yeah, that's what you say. You say, I made a mistake. And when you make a mistake, what do? Pay! Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $296.45.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step. Brodzik versus Phillips. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Ms. Brodzik, it is your claim that the defendant destroyed some of your property. This was while you were on a vacation together in St. Thomas. He was there for a friend's wedding. Want to tell me what happened, please?
We arrived on a Tuesday morning. Everything seemed to be going fine.
It was his friend's wedding that was taking place?
Yes, it was. I'd met his friend before, prior to this. And
were you dating each other at the time?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And then Brad is not supposed to drink, and as soon as he started drinking later on that evening at dinner, he became quite belligerent. He started, dancing with other women at the bar, and then he started to pick a fight with a man that engaged me in conversation. And then after that, we went back to the hotel, and he passed out. Next morning, same scenario, drinking again, belligerent.
None of this is true.
Really belligerent. And at one point in the evening, he told me he was going to leave and go with the waitress, and said he couldn't believe that all his friends were saying, why was he there with me? And at that point, I thought he was kidding, until the waitress came up to me and said, are you with him? And at that point, I just knew I had to get away. So I went to the bar at the total opposite side of the place. I was talking to a gentleman. He was going to help me, get my stuff out of the room. Brad saw this conversation.
You mean this gentleman?
Yes.
Had you met this
I met
man
him
before?
There, yeah. I met him that day.
Okay, so you just met him?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Brad saw this conversation, and he threw a drink at me. He pushed me over a beach railing. He pushed me several times and started screaming, told me he was going to kill me, he was going to threaten my life. At that point, I called the hotel because I had both room keys in my possession. I said, please don't let him in the room. I just want to get back there, get my things, and leave.
Did he leave at that point?
His friends assured me that they would keep him with them so I could go back safely and get my things.
Go ahead.
And then I arrived at the hotel. The security officer said that the gentleman that's staying in the room had been there 5 minutes prior. As I walked up to the door, he was coming up from the beach, completely soaking wet. And I said, "Where's my stuff?" He said, "It's gone. It's gone. I got rid of it. I destroyed it. You don't have anything." And I went into the hotel room and I just had an empty suitcase. Actually, when I walked in, these are my glasses. They were destroyed, and they were right when I walked into the room, as well as later on that day, my passport had washed up in the ocean. You can tell it's been destroyed. The top of it was ripped off because it's pretty much intact, other than the top of that. And I actually have pictures and a doctor's report from where the bruising had occurred from him pushing and hitting me.
Pushing and hitting you.
This was in the water?
Yes, or it was on the beach. It was returned to me from the security office at the hotel.
It's on the beach. It clearly wasn't in the water. Can I see a list of the items that were destroyed, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Say cash, $900?
It was in my pocketbook at the time. I actually have a bank statement that shows I withdrew that money prior to vacation.
Well, where was your pocketbook?
It was in the room. I had just a little beach pocketbook that I took with me to the bar. I didn't want to...
And you left your cash in the room?
Yes.
That was silly. People don't usually do that. Wasn't there a safe in the room?
Yes. Yeah.
So why wasn't your stuff in the safe?
I just didn't...
Cash in the safe. Okay, Mr. Phillips, let me hear your version of the events, please.
Okay. On the night in question, we had been there the first night. Everything had been wonderful. We had gone out to a restaurant. If I was not supposed to be drinking, and if I become belligerent upon drinking, it would have obviously happened the first night, because between three of us, we went through about 3 bottles of wine, the very first night at dinner. Prior to this, 3 weeks earlier, I'd been to visit her in Boston, at which time we had dinner, bottles of wine, went out after that, drank that night also, went home.
What makes you think, Miss Brodzik, that he is not to drink?
He told me he had been in rehab in January, and he's not supposed to drink due to custodial rights and some agreement that he has with his parents.
What kind of rehab was he in?
I'm not exactly sure.
Drugs or alcohol?
Both.
Where were you in rehab, Mr. Phillips?
In Center City, Minnesota.
For how long?
For 14 days.
Is that a dry out?
That was not for alcohol.
What was it for?
It was for marijuana. I am in the alcohol business. It's what I do for a living. I am a registered sommelier. I taste wine for a living, and that is what I do. I have not had any problems, never been arrested for DWI, never been in any sort of...
Listen to me, sir.
Yes.
I never knew anybody who went into 14 days rehab for marijuana.
It was part of my wife had a problem with me smoking marijuana socially, and I said I didn't want to stop. She put an ultimatum to me to either do this or we were going to get a divorce. She was vehemently against marijuana. Those are the facts.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Phillips. So let's move on to Tuesday night, sir.
It's actually a Thursday night, ma'am.
Let's move on to Thursday night.
Thursday night, we are out with the wedding party rehearsal dinner. Everyone's drinking, having a good time, including Miss Brodzik, drinking quite heavily. Everyone's dancing, karaokeing, wedding party. Everyone's having a good time. She says numerous times to me, "Oh, I'm going to go up to the bar and get a drink." I don't pay any attention to it. She goes up to the bar, gets a drink. I'm sitting there laughing, you know, having a nice evening with my friends. The groom, one of my best friends from college, looks over to me later that evening and says, "Have you noticed Jennifer missing a lot this evening?" I said, "No." He says, why don't you go look for her?" I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Do me a favor. Go look for your girl." I proceeded to walk around the corner of the bar to the other side of the bar that was hidden from where we were. As I walked around the other side of the bar, she has her hands wrapped around a gentleman's neck as they are sucking face.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I was very hurt. This is a woman that 2 weeks earlier had asked me for monogamy. Now I find her with her tongue down another gentleman's throat.
And later today...
Did you ever pay a cable bill?
No.
Did you watch cable?
I wasn't there all the time to watch it.
Give me a break, will you please? I didn't ask you whether you sat there with your eyeballs glued to the television for 24 hours a day.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Jennifer Brodzik says ex-boyfriend Bradley Phillips owes for destroying her belongings in a fit of jealous rage. Bradley says he caught Jennifer kissing another man.
Go ahead.
I then go over, pull the two of them apart, start screaming at her. Without question, I had lost my temper. I was humiliated. I was very hurt. This is a woman that 2 weeks earlier, when I had been in Boston, had asked me for monogamy. Now I find her with her tongue down another gentleman's throat, which was his quote, as a matter of fact, when he was asked by the groom what happened. So my friend said to her, look, go back, get your stuff out of the hotel room. We're going to take him out. You guys separate. I go out with my friends. I go back about an hour and a half later. I get back there. She still hasn't been in the room, hasn't taken any of her stuff out. I proceed to take her stuff in one swoop of my hands, where I had rented a villa on the beach, walked down and threw her items in the ocean.
So?
Overreaction to disturbing and tactless behavior by her. No question. However, I took on an all...
What was left in the room that belonged to her, sir?
I guess the suitcase. I just reached into the suitcase, grabbed all the stuff, walked down and threw it in the ocean.
Did you take her passport?
No, I never touched her passport, ma'am. Did not rip the cover of her passport any way, shape, or form. Everything was in... I just reached in the suitcase, scooped everything up, and threw it in the ocean.
What about the cash?
Have no idea. Never even saw a wallet. There was a bag there, but I just...
What do you mean a bag?
There was her Louis Vuitton handbag. Was part of it.
Was part of what you
was part of everything that I grabbed, yes.
Okay.
And I would also like to show you the amount for this ruined vacation, which had been going along fine. If she was unhappy with what had been going on the night before, I'm sure she would have been able to communicate that with me. She could have gotten on the plane the next day. To have disgusting behavior at which, in front of one's friends at a wonderful wedding, to end up in a bar kissing another gentleman with all of my friends there and me. This is a woman who pursued me for 18 months on the phone, calling me, telling me that I ruined her life because she couldn't find another man because she was so in love with me. To then taking her away on this beautiful trip, $2,500 vacation, on the second night we're there, I catch her making out with some guy in the bar. I was furious, humiliated, and angry. I overreacted, but nevertheless, it was a reaction to her behavior.
Okay. Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. Thank you.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Brad is a raging alcoholic with a violent temper.
She's ready to run around with any guy in a bar who's willing to play tonsil hockey.
This was completely after he said he was leaving with the waitress.
She is nothing but a tramp.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Brennan versus Brennan. Step forward, please.
20-year-old homemaker Amanda Brennan is suing her aunt, Elizabeth Brennan, for unpaid utility bills.
Miss Brennan, how is the defendant related to you?
She's my aunt.
According to your complaint, she owes you for some utility bills that were put in your name, but for her home.
Yes, ma'am.
Because of some credit problem that she allegedly has.
Yes, ma'am.
Your aunt says that you actually lived there rent-free. She paid the rent and you paid for the utilities. Is that your defense? Did you, in fact, live with your aunt at any time?
No.
You did not?
No, I did not live with
her. Did you stay with her at any time?
I would stay with her here and there to help her out while she took her boyfriend to work, and I watched her son in the morning.
When did you put the utilities in your name?
The cable bill was put in my name in her home for 2/28/01. The PG and Energy was installed on 2/14/01, and it was disconnected at 11/2/01. The water was I'm not sure about that.
Well, you must have gotten bills for it.
No, it all went to her home. She got the bills.
All right. So in February of 2001, tell me why you put the utilities in your name.
Oh, well, at one point she was living in West Wyoming. At that time, I did live with her in West Wyoming.
When was that?
It was,
Was that in February?
No, not in February.
Those bills were from February of 01. Tell me how they got to be put in your name.
She could not get anything put into her name because she had bad credit. She helped me out through problems that I was having. I had a drug problem. She helped me out with that. She helped me out with helping me get
an apartment and all that. And with
How did she help you?
Her landlord that she knew in West Wyoming that she was living with, she asked him about an apartment, and he showed it to me and he gave it to me because of her.
So when she moved to this place in Pennsylvania, you still didn't tell me how the bills got to be put in your name.
She asked me if I would put the bills in my name because she could not turn them on in her name because of her bad credit. She had to
and
put
you had
money.
good credit?
I didn't have good credit, but I had fair credit.
And where were you living at that time in February of 2001?
I'm not sure if I was living in Dallas. I'm not quite sure about that date. I'm not.
Well, you have to. Where was she living?
She was living with me because I moved from West Wyoming to Hillside Ave. Me and my boyfriend moved her out of Dallas, moved her into my house where I stored her stuff. And she lived with me up until February 16th of 2001.
Of 2001. When did she move into your house?
She moved in February 9th. Plus, she stayed over after that.
I'm not talking about staying over, Miss Brennan. I'm talking about living with you. She only lived with you in this location for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the place where the bills were put in your name.
Yes, ma'am.
So she asked you to put the bills in your name.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were, in fact, staying there for a couple of weeks. Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I have a lot of things to do today.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you moved out.
Yes.
Where did you go when you moved out?
I moved to Church Street, a couple blocks away from her.
Is that right?
Yes, she did move out.
Fine. Now, the time she moved out, what did you do with the utility bills?
I asked Amanda to, I didn't even ask Amanda to put them in my name, in her name for me. I didn't even know about it. My sister did.
How did you think you were getting water? You said to me, I didn't even know she put the bills in her name, but you knew you had water.
I didn't ask her to put them in her name for me. I never asked Amanda to do that.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Amanda Brennan says she co-signed on utility bills for her aunt, Elizabeth Brennan. Amanda claims Elizabeth owes over $1,700.
How many months' worth of bills do you have there?
I have
from February of 01 until when? February
the PG&E Energy here, from when I called, it was April 8th of 2002.
Judge, I moved out of Hillside Ave because of the gas bill being too high.
Did you ever pay the gas bill?
Did I? No, Amanda.
Did you ever pay the gas bill?
No, I didn't.
Did you ever pay a cable bill?
No.
Did you watch cable?
I wasn't there all the time to watch it.
Give me a break. Will you please just answer my question? When you turned on the television, I didn't ask you whether you sat there with your eyeballs glued to the television for 24 hours a day. You flipped on the television and you watched it, so you had cable, right?
Yes.
And you had water. And you had energy. Did you ever pay any of these bills?
No.
Why not?
Because we were disputing them, because Amanda called PUC to dispute them to see why they were so high. And there was, I didn't...
Just a minute. Forget that one bill. Why didn't you pay the cable bill?
Because Amanda told me I didn't have to.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And it doesn't make sense. And what about the water bill? You were getting the water bills. What were you doing with the bills when you get them? Throwing them in the garbage?
No, I was telling Amanda. Because Amanda was over my house every day. And Amanda
you were telling her what?
I didn't even tell Amanda I would pay the water bill or the gas bill. I didn't even know she was putting them in her name because I didn't ask her to do it. My sister
Can I see the bills, please?
I also have a check here that she sent to me after I filed for this to happen. She sent me a $25 check that she put on the bottom bills for Amanda, so she knew that she had.
Let me just see the bills,
yes,
please.
I don't agree though.
Let me
she
see the
lived
bills.
with me too. So
she didn't live with you, Miss Brennan. She didn't live with you there.
That's the water.
She lived with you for 2 weeks. You just told me.
She lived with me, but she wouldn't stay at her own house. That's what I'm trying to get at.
So she'd come over to your house.
Exactly. So she stayed there, and she washed her laundry and everything in my house. She'd bring her clothes over.
I bought
so what? Just a minute.
dryer.
Just a minute. So what?
And
so I don't feel I have to pay her for the whole bills.
How about any part of them?
I said I would pay for half
Why
of them.
didn't you pay for a year? Anything.
I didn't live there a year. I only lived there from February to November of 2001.
February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. You lived there 10 months.
Actually,
And you didn't pay any, and you didn't pay for any utilities. And I'm asking you, why? Why did you not pay for any utilities? Let's say you say she came over and did her laundry, so why should you pay for all the bill? Some, any. Now, did you pay your rent?
Yes, I did.
Every month?
Yes, I did.
So at the time you moved out, you were fully paid on your rent?
Yes.
Really?
That's because she was on Section 8, which Section 8 will pay most of your rent. All she had to pay was just a certain amount of the rent, because that's what I'm on now. That's why the rent was always paid.
Were the bills coming directly to your house?
Mm-hmm, because that's the way she had them. They were coming to my house.
Miss Brennan, let me tell you something. You're supposed to do the right thing.
This is case number 558 on the calendar in the matter of Bowden versus Duncan. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Your name is Mackenzie, is that right?
Yes.
What's your name?
Brett.
Brett. All right. Your lawsuit says that this young man punched your daughter and broke her glasses.
Yes.
Brett says your daughter started it, right, Brett? How old are you, Brett?
12.
Who was this?
Jason.
Jason was with you when this happened?
Yes.
But your mother wasn't with you, is that right?
No.
Right. So your mother's going to sit down. Tell me how her glasses got broken.
They didn't break. The lens got scratched.
If lens get scratched, you can't wear them. Tell me what happened.
Well, it started at the soccer field.
Do you remember the date?
No, I don't remember.
Well, you remember what month it was in?
January.
Is that right?
January 29th.
January. Go ahead.
We were at the soccer field.
Who's we?
Me and Jason. And she kicked a ball, and it was coming towards me, and she wasn't anywhere near it yet. And so I kicked it back, and she came over and shoved me.
How did she shove you?
She went up like that, up to my shoulder.
She shoved you on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you say anything to her?
No, I told her not to do it again, or I was going to tell the manager.
Where was this? Where were you playing?
Sluggers.
What?
Sluggers.
I don't know what Sluggers is.
It's sports center.
Indoors?
Yeah. Yes.
Better. So she kicked a ball, you kicked it away. She came over and she shoved you on your shoulder.
Yes.
What happened then?
Well, then we left, and then...
Where did you go?
We went to the basketball court.
Is that also indoors?
Yeah. Then she and... What?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Afterwards, she and Mackenzie got them two over there, and they were following, and then she came...
They were following who?
Me and Jason.
They were following the two of you?
Yeah.
Why do you think that they were following the two of you?
I don't know.
Do you think that these two people were picking on you?
I don't know. They weren't saying anything to us.
They were just following you?
Yeah, they didn't say nothing.
Okay. And what happened next?
Well, she came up and kicked me between the legs.
Just a second. Stand up, Jason. Move over to him. No, now move back over there. Show me how she kicked you between your legs.
She came up and went like that. When I was
so it hit you on the back of your knee?
No, right
Where?
in the private area.
She kicked you in your private area. She must be a rocket. You can sit down now. And then what happened?
Then after that, I kept walking, and then she grabbed my hoodie from the behind like this, and she started punching me up here in the spinal cord, and then I turned around and punched her.
Now, where were these two people when she came up to you and kicked you?
They left before she kicked me, and they went to a car or something, and then there's these other kids, Rance and Easton, that were egging them on.
Egging who on?
Them two.
Egging them on? How were they egging them on?
They were provoking them while they were in the car.
Well, how were they Tell me how they were provoking them.
They were saying that they can't do nothing about what was going on, that they aren't going to do nothing, and they were flipping them off.
Did you know Mackenzie from before that day?
No.
So you still haven't explained to me why you punched her.
She hit me first, and I was self-defending myself.
Because she was grabbing hold of your hoodie?
Yeah, and then she started punching me.
Did it hurt you? Really? After you punched her, what did you do?
She knocked her glasses off and ran off, and then I picked them up and sat them on the counter. And afterwards, I went behind the counter with the worker because he said he wouldn't let the lady do anything.
Which lady?
Her.
You mean she came back looking for you?
Yeah.
And the person who worked at the sports center took you behind the counter?
Yeah.
Because they were afraid that this lady was going to beat you up?
They were afraid that she was going to do something, and they were afraid.
So they took you behind the counter.
Yes.
And then what happened, Brett?
Then after that, she came back in with their daughter, and they got their glasses, and she started yelling at us, and Rance and Easton were smart-aleking again, and then she was chewing them out, and then she told me to call my mom, and I did, and she talked to my mom about what happened, and that afterwards she hung up and left after my mom told her that she was going to be there to talk to her, and she left. And then afterwards we looked for her, and then we couldn't find her, and then we left.
Have you been back to the sports center?
Since? No.
Why not?
Because the guy said not to come back for a while.
Right. And why do you think the guy told you not to come back, Brett?
So I don't cause any more problems.
That sounds right. And did they also tell your friend Jason not to come back?
No.
Just you?
Me and Rance and Easton.
So the three of you were told don't bother to come back?
Yeah, but since Rance and Easton were on the baseball team, they get to come back.
But not you?
Not me.
You think that's unfair?
No.
You think that you behaved badly that day?
Yes.
Good. You did. You think your friends were sort of troublemakers?
Yes.
How old are they?
Easton, I don't know, and Rance, I think he's 13.
You're 12. So you're the youngest. You like to hang around with guys who are a little bit older?
Yes.
Okay, who are you?
I'm her sister.
Okay, so you want to tell me what you saw that day?
I was sitting by my mother watching my younger sister Cody playing her soccer game at Sluggers, and Mackenzie came up, and I believe it was the second time she had come up, and she asked my mother if she could defend herself because some boys were calling her names and said they were going to beat her up.
What were they calling you, Mackenzie?
Flies and eyes twitching.
You think that's nice?
No.
Don't even suggest to me that nobody said that to Mackenzie, because we know that they did.
It was Easton and Rance that were...
It was somebody else.
Yes.
Somebody else did it. You know what we used to call that? The Sadi principle. Remember that? Some other dude did it. Why were they calling her names?
Because, I think because she twitches. I'm not sure. But I told them not to, but they just kept going.
You told them not to? You, age 12, told these boys that you were trying to impress. Don't tease the little girl. That's not nice. You told them that?
Yeah.
I don't believe you. You, who ended up punching her, told the other two boys who were merely calling her names, don't call her names. Is that what you want me to believe? Brett?
Yes.
I don't!
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
We went to go see what was going on, why they were bugging them, and there was 4 boys, and they all ran into the bathroom and hid.
Everybody had to go to the bathroom the same time?
And later today,
she would come and drop him off, and she would get off work and go out to clubs and stuff instead of coming to pick him up. I mean, he would be there half the night before she'd come and get him, and she'd just abandon him there.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
10-year-old Mackenzie Hammond says 12-year-old Brett Williams punched her in the face and broke her glasses. Brett says Mackenzie hit him first.
So your sister said to you, can I defend myself?
She said that to my mother, but I was sitting there and heard it. And then my mother sent me and my boyfriend down to see what was going on because Mackenzie doesn't get in fights. She doesn't get in trouble.
And when you went down there, what happened?
We went to go see what was going on, what the boys, why they were bugging them, what the side of the story were. And there was 4 boys, and they all ran into the bathroom and hid.
Everybody had to go to the bathroom the same time?
No, I didn't go in there. I went behind the counter.
You hid behind the counter. The other 3 went into the bathroom.
No, me and Jason went behind the counter.
So the 2 of you hid behind the counter, and 2 of your friends, the 2 who were teasing her, ran into the bathroom.
Yes.
That's not right.
Can I see the bill for the glasses, please? Stand up with him now. Brett, do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Brothers or sisters?
Both.
How old is your brother?
11 and 4.
And what about a sister?
14 and 2.
Okay. How would you feel if your sister wasn't very nice looking and some kids were teasing her and making her feel sad and cry? How would you feel?
Bad.
What would you do?
Tell the other people not to.
Because it really isn't nice to tease other people.
Right.
Especially not right to tease other people if they have a physical disability. Right?
Right.
You would never do that, would you?
Probably would.
You did. Anything you want to say to me?
No, ma'am.
Good. Judge the plaintiff for the amount of $517. That's all. Now you can apologize.
Sorry for punching you.
Why does that excuse? Can I step out?
I don't feel that I should have paid for the whole thing since my kid wasn't the only one involved.
Oh, there were 4 boys, and they were definitely all involved, but her son is the one that actually punched my daughter and broke the glasses.
It was a little bit of both sides, not just one.
It was up to her to go after the other boys for their part of it.
She threw the first swing, and I was doing self-defense.
I feel that it was very fair because Brett lied on just about everything.
Mackenzie walked away 4 different times from this kid. They even pursued her to the car and beat on the car.
Don't hit if you don't want to get hit back.
Given the fact that the kid has been in trouble before with the law, I hope he gets some help. I think he needs it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter, Jackson versus Jackson. Step forward, please.
21-year-old concrete finisher Daniel Jackson and his wife Lauren are suing Daniel's sister, Amanda Jackson, for unpaid babysitting fees and a cell phone bill. Amanda says the couple is trying to squeeze her for money.
Mr. Jackson, this is your sister?
Yes, ma'am.
And your sister-in-law?
Yes.
Your complaint is twofold. First, that she owes you for some babysitting that you did for her. And second, that because you were being nice, you got her access to a cell phone. The agreement was she was to pay the bill. And after some sort of a rift, she left, and you got a cell phone bill for $1,600 that were long-distance calls that were hers. And you want her to pay that bill because now the bill has gone into collection. Your sister says that she's all paid up on the child care, and that she asked you numerous times to let her see the bill because there's no way she went that far over the minutes to have amassed a bill for $1,600.
Yes, ma'am.
Why was your sister-in-law babysitting for your child?
She has a son, which is Austin's cousin, and she said, you know, I don't work, I stay home anyway, I don't mind him staying over here because I know you can't afford to pay a babysitter, so that's why she kept Austin.
How long did she do that for?
3 months.
How many hours a day?
It would depend on my schedule, depending on which shift I had. When I worked at a restaurant, I worked usually from 2 to 11. She would usually watch him then, or she would watch him in the morning time. So the schedules would vary.
So it's your statement that your sister-in-law agreed to watch your child just because she was being nice?
Yes, ma'am. We never agreed on amount or anything. I told her that, you know, she said, well, whenever you got the money to pay me, that'd be fine. We never agreed on an amount. So whenever I had extra money, I would give it to her.
How much extra?
Sometimes it was $50 a week. Sometimes it was $30 a week. But when I got my tax check in January, I gave her $400 out of it for watching my child.
Show the defendant this statement, please, and ask her if that's her signature. Is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to read what you said about the tax return that you signed over to your brother for babysitting. What does it say?
I signed over my $700 tax refund check to him and his wife.
Well, was it $700 or $400?
The tax check was $700. $400 of it was to go towards babysitting. $300 was to go towards cell phone bill. So the total of the check was $700.
Let me see. And I'll take the statement back as well.
Thank you.
Did she give you this $700?
No, ma'am. She got that check and she couldn't cash it, so she asked me to cash it for her. She gave us $350 for babysitting, and the rest she kept. She said she needed it for bills or money or whatever.
Well, that's what she said initially. She said she gave you $400 for babysitting, and you gave her the rest in cash?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, she was supposed to get the rest of her income tax and give us more money, but we never seen it.
Well, if I had 2 checks that I had...
speak.
Yes, ma'am.
What was your arrangement with her as far as babysitting?
Well, she had just moved back from Wisconsin, and she had 2 jobs and no one to watch her son. And my son is almost the same age, so she told me to write down on a piece of paper how many hours a day, and she would pay me. Well, she never did.
Well, pay you what?
We never decided.
Okay, so there was never a fixed agreement?
No, not at first. Then it was like 18 hours a day sometimes. So instead of doing every hour, since it was so much, we just agreed on $100 a week.
No.
She would come and drop him off, and she would get off work and go out to clubs and stuff instead of coming to pick him up. I mean, he would be there half the night before she'd come and get him, and she just abandoned him there.
All right, let me see the phone bill.
I also have, from October and November, the hours that I watched her son.
I don't want the babysitting.
Okay. And this.
Just want the phone bill. Is this all on one number?
Yeah, there's 3 numbers on there. It's 3 months of bills, late fees, collection fees,
No,
They
all
shut off
with the $700 check that I gave them, $300 of that check was to go towards my phone bill.
The
I
other
gave them a full
$300.
$700.
I don't believe you, madam.
Well,
Listen to me
that's the
very
way it was.
carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
You owed her more money for babysitting if you were doing the right thing and paying her for babysitting.
I did.
$350.
I paid her more than that, but I paid her cash.
Doesn't cut it. I believe your brother when he says that he cashed that check and he gave you back cash.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, I believe him. Okay. Now, both of these numbers are on this one bill, and you say that she owes the whole thing.
400 something of it was ours. We subtracted that out of the total amount.
We just added together on that paper her charges.
Yeah, but her charges total the whole thing, according to you. 1845.96, and according to this, it's 1872.
There's also the collection on there that adds another $300 and something dollars.
Well, why didn't you pay yours?
Because they wouldn't take part of a payment. They wanted the whole thing.
No, that's not true. Don't tell me. When the bill starts to add up, Miss Jackson, and you say to a company, listen, somebody else has this phone, but I want to pay my portion of it, so at least we stop the late fees on my portion. They take partial payments.
They had already taken one partial payment from her and still had an overdue balance on it, and they said that they wanted all of it or none of it.
I don't believe you. That I don't believe, that they wouldn't say, listen, I'll take your $400 and then we'll talk about the rest later. I don't know a company that says, I'm not taking your money.
The reason why they want me to pay all of it is Daniel called me a few weeks back and says, they're garnishing my check for 85%. Well, I know that that's not true. I know a lot of garnishment laws, and they cannot garnish your check for that amount when you have two dependents, and you're the only one in your house working. So I knew he was lying. I later found out she okayed for Singular them to debit their account. She gave them the account number, the routing number, the check numbers, said, okay, you can debit my account for this much money when they didn't have the money in there. That's why they're wanting me to pay all of this bills.
Don't you think you probably owe for some of these excess minutes?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Well, it's very hard for me to figure out exactly what she owes. Sir?
It's all listed on there under her phone number, the amount that she owes on each one.
I see $327.
Yeah, that's
for her
turning
number.
the phones off, for having the phone shut off early. That's the early termination fees.
Okay. That she's responsible for.
For having their phones terminated also?
Yes,
300.
because...
Just a second. You had yours terminated, $327. That's what that is, that you owe.
For their phones being shut off?
No, that's just for yours. 772.
Yes, ma'am, that's her phone.
Is that your number?
Yes, ma'am.
327, 701, and 167, $1,195. It looks to be what you owe on the phone.
Is that with the collection fees and everything on there?
I'm not bothering with that, sir. That's your problem. Learn next time. Don't get somebody else's cell phone and let the bills pile up, including yours. You also didn't pay your bill.
Well, we've already paid our portion
You
of it
didn't
over.
pay your bill in a timely fashion. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You let somebody else swing for it. You're just annoyed because it all got caught up and they're coming after you instead of coming after her. But she owes the money, $1,195. As far as I'm concerned, the babysitting, that's your problem.
Parties are
Goodbye.
excused. 39 on the calendar in the matter of Jack versus Quast. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
This is Jack. This young man is your son.
Yes, he is.
It is your claim that he owes you for some loan that you made him for an attorney when he got himself into some trouble. In addition to that, you had an argument with him several months ago and claimed that he assaulted you, and you wanted him to pay punitively for assaulting you. Your son says that you were the one who actually hit him and that the attorney was your idea, so you pay for it. Is that right?
Yes.
And he has a counterclaim. He says that you disposed of, either sold or got rid of some of his personal property, and in addition, something about a truck that was his that you got rid of. What were you arrested for?
I was actually never arrested. My name got sent into something that happened. No charges have been brought about it.
When was this? Your mother would know. When was it?
It was the end of July, beginning of August. The attorney was gotten like second week in August.
Okay. How old are you, by the way?
21.
What kind of work do you do now?
Construction.
How long have you been working?
I've been at my job for over a year and a half now.
Okay. So sometime last year, he got an attorney. For what, Miss Jack?
He was involved in a credit card scam at an appliance store up by our house.
How did you find out about it?
Between him
coming home and saying he had to get the stuff out of the house, and some of his friends coming to look for him. I got more details about what had happened.
I don't know what you mean. He's saying that he's got to get what stuff out of the house?
Some of the stuff that was stolen or bought with the credit card.
So you had some of this stuff in your house?
He had it in his car, actually, when the car was in my garage.
So he was not questioned, not taken into custody, and never arrested. So tell me about the lawyer. Who called him?
I did, along with Nathan.
Who called him? You only have one person on the phone. Who called him?
I was on the phone.
And where did you get the lawyer from?
A friend of mine from work brought Nathan to her house and talked with Nathan and got the name of the attorney from her boyfriend. So Nathan and Actuel got the attorney's name.
Is that right?
No, she had a long conversation at work with a friend, got the attorney's name, had him, and already called him by the time she got home and talked to me.
Did you ever make an agreement with your mother to pay for the attorney? Don't look over there.
No.
Well, you hesitated for a moment, Mr. Quast. So I want you to tell me, what kind of discussion did you have with your mother?
Nothing was brought up about it. I mean, it was basically to find out what was going on with it. She came out and wanted to do it just as a safe regard.
As a what?
As like a safe regard in case something did come of it.
Safe regard? That's not English, sir. How much was the lawyer, Mr. Quast?
I believe $2,500.
And who paid for the lawyer?
She wrote the check out.
Were you there when she wrote out the check?
Yes.
Was it in the lawyer's office?
Yes.
You were working construction at that time?
Yes.
Where were you living?
I was renting the basement from her.
How much were you paying her in rent?
Work around the house.
Don't irritate me. How much were you paying her in rent?
Nothing.
And how much were you earning in construction?
In between $400 to $500 a week.
What were you doing with your money?
Sinking it into getting cars running out of the way.
You want to repeat that for me one more time? Sinking into getting my cars running once out of the way? What does that mean? What does that mean? We live in a country where English is the primary language, sir. Try to speak English. Did you graduate from high school?
Nope.
Well, you should have. Go back to school. You're going to be spending a lot of years trying to communicate, Mr. Quast. If you can't make yourself understood, very simple questions. What were you doing with your money?
I was putting my money into vehicles of mine, getting them fixed, to get them out of there, get them sold, get rid of them. I had 2 vehicles not running. I put a couple $1,000s into one of them.
Did you sell it?
Nope.
Why not?
Still couldn't get it running. It ended up being given away.
When you hired this attorney and you wrote out a check for $2,500, where was his money?
He didn't have any money. He was working.
Right.
He was working construction, but it wasn't a consistent 40-hour week. It was here, there, whenever, and depending on whether he got up or not.
You see, Miss Jack, I understand that when you have then a 20-year-old son who's inculpated in a theft ring, and you know that he's involved in this theft ring because you've got the stolen merchandise in your house, I can understand you as a mother saying, listen, I got to get some advice from an attorney for you because, you know, you're an idiot. Mm-hmm. I raised you, but you're an idiot. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make it alone, Miss Jack. The fact that he continues not to do the right thing does not create a situation where he has a contract with you to pay you back this money. You're just pouring money into an idiot.
Yeah.
I would have poured money into him if he said he wanted to go back to school to get his GED so that he could speak the language.
The day that we obtained the attorney, I wrote out the check for $2,500. Nate signed all the paperwork at the attorney's office. During the meeting with the attorney, he even discussed it with the attorney that he was paying me back. And the attorney spoke to him about being nice and cutting the grass and doing everything for Mom, doing this and
Good.
borrowing
him
the money.
Did he cut the grass for you?
No.
No, of course not. Doesn't miss a meal, though.
Yeah, no. In conjunction with spending the money on the cars, he was drinking excessively, too.
Miss Jack, you made a...
I know it.
I want you to tell me about the argument that you had, because that's the second part of your lawsuit. You say he assaulted you.
That assault was over the cars that he's talking about that he was working on. There was one vehicle that was in my garage that had been ripped apart and sitting there for 13 months. He had taken the motor apart to replace the timing chain. In the meantime, I'm trying to get my house ready to sell. I had 2 cars donated to the Veterans Association. one of which was his truck. And that's when he ran upstairs, went into the file cabinet, pulled all the titles to the vehicles, and started flipping out on me, because there was no way we were taking his truck. The truck was in my name. I bought it.
Really?
Yes.
So what happened?
Eventually, I had the restraining order filed on him.
Well, you didn't tell me about the assault
Oh, the
yet.
assault happened when I went in the house after the tow truck driver had left. I went to grab the titles out of his hands, and he whipped me across the living room, twisted my arms behind my back, got me head first down into the love seat with his knees in my back.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your mother has sort of stood by you.
Stood by me to destroy my life.
I'm going to give you some advice. Go back to school. You need it.
And later today,
What were you arrested for, sir?
OWI.
What's an OWI?
Operating while intoxicated.
Operating on whom?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Barbara Jack says her son, Nathan Quast, owes for the cost to retain an attorney and an assault. Nathan is countersuing for the return of personal property and a car.
Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, I came outside and I said, you want me out of here? I'll leave. Just sign over my cars to me, I'll take them and go. She lunged at me. She hit me multiple times. I had a bite mark in my back that big around. I was down like this. I swung underneath her, she flew across the room. She says that I came at her and everything else. No. I ran to the phone, called the police, police showed up.
And what happened?
She came up with the story. They said either you both go to jail or nobody goes to jail.
And?
I've been in jail a couple times. I ain't going back.
What were you in jail for, Mr. Quast?
Oh, stupid little stuff.
Like?
Not paying a fine.
What kind of fine, sir?
A ticket. Couple
What else?
tickets.
Ticket, a couple of tickets. What else?
That's
Ever have a DUI?
Yeah, I've had one of them.
What?
Said yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
How many?
Just one.
All right. Now let me hear a little bit about your counterclaim, sir.
All right, I had one truck, an 89 SM Blazer.
Was it in whose name?
It wasn't her name. At that time, all my vehicles were in her name. It made my insurance cheaper.
How many pieces was the truck in?
Well, probably at the time she got rid of it, probably 15, 20.
And how long had it been in 15 or 20 pieces?
2-3 months. So over time, all this work has been done to it. I've had receipts, $80, $840 that I've put into this truck. They can't even figure out what was wrong with it. I mean, it ended up almost being a motor. And I actually did go buy a new motor after all this work done to it.
Consider it rent.
Consider it rent?
Consider it rent, sir, and legal fees.
There's never stolen merchandise at my house.
So
it was
your
actually
mother's-
in my
just a second.
buddy's car that showed up.
It was where?
It was in my buddy's car that showed
Your
up at my
buddy's
house.
car. And where was your buddy's car?
He was parked out front when we got the phone call.
And what did the phone call say when you got the phone call?
Police have been called. Everybody's name's been given up.
You better ditch the stuff.
He took off with it.
All right. Now, what else does your mother owe you, aside from the car that was in her name?
All my bedroom furniture.
Your bedroom furniture.
All my bedroom furniture
Who bought
she
it?
has. Me.
Show me a bill.
I don't have the receipts for that.
When did you buy it?
Oh, 4 or 5 years ago.
When you were 16?
Yeah. I've worked at a job since I was 14.
What else?
Actually, I have a home theater system that I bought when I was 15.
Really?
A whole bunch of tools. I mean...
They're gone.
Huh?
They're gone.
They're gone?
She sold them to pay your lawyer.
These are tools I work with, like, they do my job with.
I suggest you go buy new ones. They're gone.
It's not easy to go buy a $750 air compressor, a $500 staple gun.
And is it just as easy to go and replace that as it to replace $2,500 to pay for a lawyer because your idiot son gets into a scheme where stolen property is in front of your house in a car?
She was told she was getting the money back from the attorney.
You mean the attorney was working for nothing because of your personality, sir?
No, he actually said he's giving the money back as soon as statute of limitations is over.
And when do you think the statute of limitations is going to be over, sir?
It'll probably be over in 5 years.
6.
6?
Letter said
Not
6.
after they see this tape. Miss Jack, he's your kid. You don't want to give him any more money? Don't give him any more money. You had an altercation with him? Did you go to the hospital?
No, I did not.
All right. Your mother has sort of stood by you, is that right?
Stood by me to destroy my life.
Well, she stood by you, sir. She allowed you to live in her home. She allowed you to eat her food. She allowed you to, she allowed you to keep your car pieces in the garage. She went to a lawyer and shelled out $2,500 in hopes that maybe you wouldn't spend the next 2 or 3 years in prison. That's what I'm talking about, sir. So I'm going to give you some advice. From your mother, you get zero. Nothing. Nada. From me, you get advice. Go back to school. You need it. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I've had a restraining order filed. He was police escorted out of the home, and he has been out of the house since beginning of March.
My brother's now recently staying with me, and he's got 1 foot out the door.
He has financially, ruined me.
She's taking everything from me.
Hope some mothers are smarter than I am.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Schaefer versus Jack. Step forward.
James Schaefer, a friend of both litigants from the previous case, is suing Barbara Jack for the cost to bail her son out of jail. Barbara says she's not paying.
Who are you?
Me, Jeanette Schaefer.
How are you related to him?
I'm his mother.
I already know who you are. All right. Mr. Schaefer, you are a friend of this gentleman over here.
Yes.
He got himself arrested again.
Yep.
According to your complaint, his mother called and said he totally tapped her out. She had no more money. And according to you, she asked you if you would bail her son out of jail.
That's correct.
You did, and you want her to pay you back.
Yeah.
And Miss Jack says he's a big boy, let him pay his own bail.
That's correct.
Tell him to stand up over there. I don't want to speak to him yet. Mr. Quast, what were you arrested for, sir, this time?
OWI.
What's an OWI?
Operating while intoxicated.
Operating on whom?
I was driving a motor vehicle.
Did you have a license?
Nope.
So what were you driving a car for?
I was actually up north working.
Well, you couldn't have been working and drinking at the same time.
Everybody that was working, we all went out to the bar after work.
What car were you driving?
97 Lumina.
Where'd you get that car from?
I was making payments on it.
This is yet another car?
Yes.
And that car is also in your mother's name?
Yes.
You don't learn.
I did now. Took me a little while.
Okay, so you got pulled over because you were driving without a license in a car that was not yours, and you had been drinking. And this wasn't the first time you had been pulled over, so they held you. Is that right?
Yes.
And who was the first person that you called?
My mom.
When was this?
The day after Christmas, at about 4 o'clock in the morning, she called me.
And tell me about the conversation that you had.
Basically, she called me and said, guess what my son got into again? She told me that I'd be paid back as soon as possible. I told him that I'd put it on my credit card, and I never received payment.
Can I see the credit card, please?
I don't have the credit card information, but I do have the bail information.
I'd like to see it. Did you go to where your friend was? This was your friend?
Yeah.
Which is why she called you.
Yeah.
Now, the first person that you called, Mr. Quast, was your mother. Tell me about the conversation you had with your mother.
Called her up. I was still feeling pretty good at that time. Told her that I got pulled over. I'm in jail. Bail me out.
And what'd she say?
I'll see what I can do.
And that was it?
That was it.
And what's the next thing that you remember?
Waking up in a 4x8 cell.
How many children do you have?
2. This is my daughter here.
I'll hear you.
Okay. I was contacted by my cousin that morning who woke me up saying Nate had been trying to get a hold of me. He had spoke to several individuals before he got in touch with me. When he called, he asked me for the money. I told him I didn't have any more. I was tapped out. He said, can you call Grandpa? And I said, Grandpa's not going to do it. And he said, call Jimmy. He'll put it on his credit card. Tell him I'll pay him back as soon as I get paid from the Osceola trip. He was up in Osceola, Wisconsin, doing a siding job, and that's what he was going to use to pay Jimmy back.
So he said to you, call Jimmy, and he'll put it on his credit card.
Yes. So in turn, I did call Jimmy. Jimmy agreed to do it, and he says, but you got to guarantee me we're going to get the money back. I said, well, he's finishing this job. That's what they were up doing. You know, he says he's going to pay you back. He never paid him.
But his agreement wasn't with him. His agreement was with you.
I was the middleman. Nate is the one that
you
said
guaranteed that he would be paid back.
Well, per Nathan, yeah.
You guaranteed that he was going to be paid back. He's the innocent bystander.
I agree, totally. He's an innocent, but I was not the one that should be responsible to pay him. And I think it's time Nate pay his bills.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you, madam. But this is a court. And in the court, I have this young man standing here, and I have you. And between the two of you, you guaranteed that he would be paid back $780. You guaranteed it.
If Nate would have called me, I would have never bailed him out. But his mom called me, and...
It was hard to say no.
Yeah.
Just for my own satisfaction, and I want you to be very honest with me, did you at least sell some of the property that...
The only thing I got out of it is that truck that I donated.
Right.
They gave me a $500 tax write-off.
Oh, just a write-off.
Just a write-off. All the furniture, the Cadillac, all that, I still have all that.
You do?
Yeah.
Everything else, listen to me. Sell it. Don't keep it in storage. You have the Cadillac? With all the extras that he put on it?
Yep.
Sell it. All the other things that he abandoned? Sell it. He doesn't deserve it. He's got to grow up. But meanwhile, he's got to stop taking advantage of you, and you have to stop letting him take advantage of you, because you're going to get old very fast, and he's not learning a thing. It's time. Sell his property. Meanwhile, you have to pay him $780, so sell the Cadillac. Okay. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $780. I hope she listens to me and sells your car.
Parties up. Case number 379 on the calendar in the matter of Perez versus Delgado. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ms. Perez, how long were you and Mr. Delgado together?
A little over 5 years.
You have no children together?
No children.
Records indicate that this is not the first lawsuit that you filed against Mr.
It is not.
Delgado. When did you separate from him?
We separated in November of '03. I filed a lawsuit against him when I could find him. He was on the run.
Is that around the time that you allege he both damaged your car, which is the subject of this lawsuit, and assaulted you, broke your finger?
It is.
After that happened, he left. You did not live together anymore.
That's correct.
Now, this is one lawsuit. How many lawsuits have you filed, not about this charge, against Mr. Delgado in total? Because our records indicate you have had other cases against
4.
him. For what?
One's not resolved.
Well, what is it about?
A motorhome. I owned 3 houses, 4 cars, and a motorhome. And he took off with the motorhome. I gave him a car. And the other one has to do with tax issues. He hadn't filed taxes in 5 years. And the other one is the broken finger and the laptop.
Just a second. If he hadn't filed taxes in how many years, what does that have to do with you?
He contacted me to try and help him get it done, for my accountant to do it for him.
When had he contacted you?
May of '04.
Did you lend him money, allegedly?
I did.
Has that case been resolved?
That case has been resolved.
In whose favor?
I dropped the lawsuit because he was crying and pleading to drop the lawsuit that he would make a payment.
Ms. Perez, in May of 2004, did you lend him money or allow him to use your account?
I did not loan him money, but he was using my accountant that I'm in good standing with to do his taxes and didn't have a checkbook to pay him with. So I was taking on the debt because it was my accountant.
Were you speaking to her in May of 2004?
Yes, ma'am. We met with the accountant together on May 15th and signed my taxes. She had all my tax records.
You met together?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you met together, did you have lunch before you went to the accountant?
We met at a restaurant with the accountant.
So on the way. I'm speaking. So you had lunch together?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you contact Ms. Perez prior to May of 2004?
I had talked to her several times prior to that.
Where were you when you contacted her?
At the same home I'm at right now. I haven't moved or changed phone numbers.
Did you see Ms. Perez at any time between November of 2003 and May of 2004?
No, ma'am.
Did not see her?
No, ma'am.
That is not true.
That's not true?
No.
When did you see him?
I gave him 30 days to remove his items from the house. I was moving from San Diego to Los Angeles. He never took everything at one time and kept calling once a day to come pick something else up from the house.
So
that went on through January 28th of '04. And I moved on February 26th of '04.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I can show here where I have papers where I sold my house in Oceanside and it closed escrow on January 12th. I have here canceled checks and loan documents were on January 22nd I was in Kansas City, already purchased another home. I haven't been back here.
It's so fascinating to me because I'm gathering all kinds of information, and you are taking positions, each of you, that is inconsistent with the position that you really want to take with regard to this lawsuit, just to fight with each other.
No, ma'am, I'm not. I didn't touch anybody's car, and I didn't touch her, and that's my position.
Well, we're going to get there.
Sorry.
But what you're doing is you're not helping yourself because you're not thinking it through. Let me get there for you, Mr. Delgado. According to your complaint, Ms. Perez, sometime in November of 2003, at about the time that you separated, Mr. Delgado damaged your car. And after he damaged your car, about a week later, you got into an altercation and he assaulted you. You're going to tell me about those two things.
Okay.
Because that's what this lawsuit is about. So let's get there, and let's get there, Ms. Perez, quickly.
The assault actually happened on October 3rd of 03. The last time I ever saw him again was November 18th of 03.
Well, between October 3rd of 03 and November 18th, did you live together?
No.
Did you stay together?
No.
Tell me what happened on October 3rd, 2003.
Okay. He used to work at a hotel chain and called me one day to bring 8 kids home. Their apartments were not ready yet. They were to be employed at the hotel he was working. I allowed him to bring these 8 kids home, and it turned into a fiasco for the next 2 weeks until the apartments were ready. I have evidence of what my house was like, what his behavior was like.
I'm not interested. Could we get to the October 3rd, 2003?
Come to find out, he was fooling around with one of the kids staying at my house and would come home daily in a combative mood, and subsequently threw a cell phone at my car out of anger and took my car drunk, pulled into the garage and ran over a hand dolly. I have pictures before he did that, after he did that.
Was that on October 3rd?
The last event was on October 3rd. That was prior to October.
Talking about the car.
The car was prior to October 3rd.
Date?
September 27th.
Between September 27th and October 3rd, did you live together?
He was keeping hours at the hotel. He would stay at the hotel.
Ms. Perez, between September 27th...
Not as boyfriend and girlfriend, no.
Now, get to October 3rd, 2003.
My cleaning lady was at the house, and we were in the garage. And not to disrupt her cleaning, this is my cleaning lady, we went in the garage. We started having a heated argument over things that were happening with all the kids at the hotel, and it turned into a pushing, shoving, spitting match. He proceeded to spit in my face.
What did you do to him?
Pushed him off of me, and that's how my finger got broken.
Just a second. You said to me it turned into a pushing, fighting, spitting match.
Well,
match is your term. Now you've told me what you say he did to you. You tell me what you did to him.
Happened to be in the same room.
Well, you just told me that you just... Shh. Ms. Perez, you just told me that you broke your finger pushing him
off of me.
Well, how was he on you?
I was on the couch. He was towering over me.
You were on the couch in a garage.
Right. We had a computer, a television, a hockey table. It was like a game room.
So you're on the couch in the garage.
I don't allow smoking inside my house. And that's
You're on the couch in the garage, and he's on top of you.
Right.
And you pushed him off you.
That's correct.
And you broke your finger.
That's correct.
What else?
My cleaning lady at the time was inside cleaning the house. I went inside, got my keys, purse, and had to go pick up my 8-year-old from school. I went and picked up my 8-year-old from school, took him with me to the emergency room. And because he was with me, I really didn't want him knowing what was going on. So I went to the doctor and told him it had occurred from fooling around. Now, the break was a circular break, and it broke
You have the emergency room records?
I absolutely do, and
good
pictures.
Well, can I ask you this question?
I have a diagram.
Shh. I don't want a diagram. I don't want pictures. I asked you for the emergency room records. And if you were going to the emergency room, and I assumed that you were just going to pick up your son so that he wouldn't be left out at school without someone caring for him.
That's correct.
Why didn't you take your housekeeper with you, who was here today, so that she could sit outside with your son if you were going to the emergency room?
She was leaving. She had another job to go to, and
Did you ask her to stay?
No, I did not. I was leaving.
It was an emergency. You were going to the emergency room.
That's correct.
Told the doctor you were fooling around snapping kitchen towels.
That's correct, because my 8-year-old was with me, and I did not want to subject him to all the things going on. He had been around Joe since he was 2, and I really didn't want to crush or make him scared about any of the occurrences going on.
So what are you suing him now for? You don't think your son's going to know about this?
No, I've kept it from him.
Well,
he's in school.
10 million people watch this program, madam.
He's in school with after-school activities.
You got a lot of excuses.
He goes,
Mr. Delgado, you want to tell me what, if anything, you remember about October 3rd?
Your Honor, all I know is that we have a dog named Daisy that was a shepherd mix. We always used to take a towel, and she would get one in, and you'd grab her, and she'd like this and play with her. I came home. She said she was wrestling with the dog. Daisy pulled on the towel, and she broke her finger.
Your Honor?
She drove...
I don't want to hear you. You see how quiet he was?
She drove herself to the doctor and came home with the medical report, said her finger was broken, and they were going to wait and see for a few weeks whether she needed to have any surgery or anything else done on it. At the time, we had the same medical insurance. We were in the same house, everything. That was the last I ever heard it until 2 years later. I get my 4th lawsuit from her about that.
Your Honor, I have a diagram drawn by the doctor, the surgeon, of what needs to be done to repair my finger. My cleaning lady was there at the house and can tell you what she heard from inside the house, and we were in the garage. Come on.
Tell me your name, please.
Yolanda Marcial.
How long have you worked for Miss Perez?
More than 8 years.
8 years. Why didn't you go with her to the emergency room, Miss Marcial?
Because I was working in the house. I was busy in the house and I just getting ready to leave.
What time of the day were you getting finished with your job?
Around like 2 something.
In the afternoon?
2 something.
And where were you going?
To Oceanside.
What's in Oceanside?
I was working for another lady in Oceanside.
What time are you due there?
Around like, I got traffic around like 4 over there to Oceanside.
How long did you remain in the house after Miss Perez left to go and pick up her son?
When she left to get, around like maybe like 45 minutes.
Did Miss Perez ask you to accompany her to the emergency room?
No.
Did you offer to accompany her to the emergency room?
No.
When she came inside, did she show you her hand?
She walked with the hand like that, and I know that something happened because I heard screaming in the garage and fighting in the garage.
When you heard screaming and fighting in the garage, did you go into the garage?
No. I'm only that cleaning person. I'm nothing.
You heard screaming and fighting in the garage, and you didn't go in there? Did you call the police?
No.
You just went on vacuuming. Sit down, Miss Marcial. Put your hand down.
I have pictures.
Not interested in the pictures. More interested in the statement that you made to the doctor when you went in there.
I had my 8-year-old with me.
I don't believe that that's the reason you make up that kind of a lie.
I had to.
No, you don't. You have to say, would you go sit over there? And doctor, I want to tell you privately what happened. That's what you do. I mean, otherwise, the doctor believes what you're saying, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Because you give the doctor information, because based upon that information, it helps them treat whatever's wrong with you.
I came up with that story to protect my child.
No, that's a lot of baloney. That's baloney. I'm older than you are. I've been to the emergency room, both with myself and my children. Over the course of the years, little things happen. And you can always say, go over and sit there with that nice nurse for a second because the doctor wants to see me.
Your Honor, I tried to call 911, and he threw the phone and broke it.
Listen to me very carefully. You were out of the house. You went to pick up your child. You say to her, do me a favor, leave now and call the police. I'm leaving now. I'm going to the police. You did nothing. You did absolutely nothing except go to the emergency room on the 3rd for whatever reason and tell the doctor that you hurt yourself fooling around with a towel.
I was protecting my child.
You keep saying that, and I keep saying to you, I don't believe you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Get over it. Put a period. He doesn't want to have anything to do with you anymore. It was 5 years out of your life. Move on.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Linda Perez is accusing her ex-boyfriend, Joseph Delgado Jr., of damaging her car and breaking her finger.
Now, there's a lawsuit that she filed against you that she won a judgment for $1,000.
No, ma'am, she didn't win a judgment. She dropped the lawsuit. I paid the $1,000.
Tell me about that $1,000, sir.
After we'd split up, we hadn't talked for a while. I was behind on my taxes. Finally, I called Linda a couple times and talked to her, and we kind of were in an amicable position where I said, listen, I need to file my taxes. So she agreed that she would give me my tax paperwork and everything back.
Why did you leave without your tax paperwork?
I left just about everything I had there.
Why?
Because we're just not getting along, and that was enough.
When did you leave?
I don't remember the exact date, but I was out of there by the end of October.
So there came a time that you called her and said to her what?
That I wasn't coming back.
Taxes.
Oh, taxes. Well, I had asked for this before I left California, and I was not...
fine. So she said she'd give you your paperwork.
And finally, in about April of 2004, and then what she's telling the truth about the account, and we used her account, and I have the paperwork here, and I flew out here on May 15, 2004. We all three met. It was a respectable day. We didn't fight. Nothing happened. We didn't argue. She brought the paperwork. She said the accountant did the paperwork, and she did write the check for the $1,000, and I paid that back. And then I got back to Kansas City, where I live, and then on August 24th, I get from Blockbuster Video a bill from Canoga Park, 10 movies all rented in one day under my name. So I called out there and I said, listen.
Can I see that, please?
I said, I don't live in California. I haven't been in California.
Your Honor, all of our kids have the same Blockbuster card.
Well, yes, they do. And this is where it got real interesting, where Blockbuster knew who exactly rented them. Because our kids before, both of our older boys, would go down and rent movies, and we had late fees, Linda and I went to Blockbuster, and we put a password on our account. So in order to rent movies, you had to know that password. When I called this Blockbuster and said, I don't know this money, they said, yes, you're the primary person on the account, and the person that used that account used the password to get those movies. They rented all 10 of them one day and never brought one of them back.
That was in August of 2004.
And that's after all this. Sorry.
Okay. Tell me about the return of the $1,000, sir.
I took my credit card at Bank of America in Kansas City, and I went down and put that into her account.
So what was the lawsuit about?
I don't remember all the there was a couple of things in there she was suing me for, but that was part of it. Immediately after I got back, she filed the lawsuit. I should have paid it quicker, but you know, I had told her. But we were in contact the whole time. She knew. And then I went down and paid it. Then I flew out here. Then the lawsuit got canceled after I'd flown all the way out here. Then I go back home. Then this happens. All, you know, it's like this card thing happened, this finger thing happened. But yet we're doing the taxes. We finally got the paperwork settled together. We meet at a restaurant to eat. You know what? You drop the lawsuit. I pay the money. She just said that. Then the Blockbuster thing happens out of no reason. 2 years later, I get 4 more lawsuits. And I'm going to fly back out here again. And at the time, the finger in the car insurance, we had even the same car insurance until December 12th. We never had any claims. We never had any problems. The health insurance that she went to the doctor with was my health insurance.
Your Honor, he got fired from...
I'm speaking. When did you file the lawsuit with regard to the taxes?
September of 04.
When did you drop that lawsuit?
The end of September of 04.
When did you file this lawsuit?
October 27th, I believe.
All right. Ms. Perez, I'm not going to totally annihilate you. I'm just going to do it very, very quickly because quite frankly, I have more important... I'm speaking! Your complaint says that the reason you didn't file this lawsuit sooner was because Joe went on the run and I was unable to locate him because he left the state. In September 2004, I was finally able to find him, and I immediately filed a small claims case against Joe for my car and assault damages. Once he was served, he contacted me, begged me to drop the case, and said he would start making payments. When I received his first payment of $1,000, I went and dismissed the case without prejudice. That is a lie. That's a lie. Because the case that you dismissed in September of 2004 had nothing to do with the car and the assault. I'm speaking. It had to do with the taxes, that he paid you the $1,000, so you dismissed that case. That's what you just told me.
It wasn't solely the taxes.
And you told me that you filed this case September 27th, 2005. Get over it. Put a period. He doesn't want to have anything to do with you anymore. It was 5 years out of your life. Move on. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Your Honor, this is case number 167 on calendar in the matter of Mahaffey versus Strawn. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat.
Mr. Mahaffey, the defendant is your mother-in-law. You are currently separated from your wife. I assume this is your wife.
Yes,
and you have one child together.
Yes, ma'am.
I gather from your complaint that you, your wife, and your baby were living with Miss Strawn in her home.
Yes, ma'am.
And then there was some altercation involving you and your wife and your baby. You claimed that you left, and after you left, Miss Strawn burned your clothes.
Yes.
Miss Strawn says she did not burn your clothes, she put them out on the curb. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
When did your daughter and her husband live with you? From when to when?
They're going to be married 2 years in September. Pretty much the whole time they've been with us.
And when did you leave?
May 23rd on a Monday.
Tell me what happened.
I had my mother pick me up from work.
Did she always pick you up from work?
No, ma'am.
Why did she pick you up on the 23rd of May?
I had no ride at the time.
Okay, she picked you up from work and dropped you off at your house?
My house was at her house at the time. I got there, and I asked my mother if she wanted to see our son, Ethan, and I told her to wait 1 minute. I went up to the front porch after arriving at the house.
Why did you tell her to wait? Don't they get along?
To some extent. There's been some problems, arguments.
There'd be no reason why she couldn't have came in.
Okay, go ahead.
I went up to the front porch, and what I saw was Ashley and a couple of her friends smoking marijuana on the front porch, and my son was running around in the middle of them.
Where was your mother-in-law?
She was at work at the time.
Is this the first time that you saw your wife smoking marijuana in front of your son?
No, ma'am.
Was this a frequent occurrence?
Yes.
My daughter did. That's my pod.
Don't shout out again. I let you do it once.
Okay.
But don't do it again.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Chan down.
After seeing what I saw, I had asked for Ashley to ask all her friends to leave at the time.
Well, you probably got angry. If what you say is true, you probably didn't just ask. You probably got angry and you were shouting.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you were shouting, and what did you do?
I told her I was going to my mother's house to stay for a little while, so I had picked my son up, and I did not want him to be around.
You picked him up and you walked outside with him?
Yes.
And you went to the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What happened next?
I asked my mother if we could come over there and stay for a day or two. She said that's fine. We had left and went to the house, and when we arrived at my mother's house, Ashley had called me and told me to give her back her son. And I said, not with you smoking marijuana around him. Until you can stop, then you can call me.
All right. Miss McCafferty, I'd like you to stand up, please. You remember going over to the Strawn house on the 23rd of May?
Yes, ma'am.
When you went over there, when your son came back, he came back with your grandson.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what he said to you when he came back?
He simply stated that they were up there smoking marijuana and he didn't want his son around it. And
Did he use the word marijuana?
No, ma'am. Pot.
Okay.
And asked me if he could come over to the house and stay and bring the baby, which at that point I told him yes.
Okay. Keep going, Mr. McCaffrey.
After we arrived at the house, Ashley had called me, and she told me to bring back the baby. And I said, no, not with you smoking. And after that, she had hung up on me. And I called Patty at work, and I had told her what she was doing because before I had called her, Ashley had already called her at work and said that I had kidnapped our son.
Well, that's not possible.
And after that, I talked to her for about 20 minutes or so. And she said, why are you doing this? Ashley does not smoke. She hung up.
Ms. Strawn, are you thoroughly convinced that your daughter doesn't smoke marijuana?
Well, actually...
Just answer my question. Thoroughly convinced?
Yes.
All right. There's a very simple way to find that out, Ms. Strawn.
She's been tested. They turned her into defects.
Has she done a hair follicle test or just a urine test?
The urine test. She passed 5.
Just a second. Has she done a hair follicle test?
Nobody suggested it.
Very easy. We can take care of that.
Well, you'll have to do it to him, too, because he's bad as she is.
No, just a second. I'm not interested in him right now. I'm interested in your daughter. Urine test is nothing. But a hair follicle test will demonstrate when you smoked, how much you smoked, and it stays in the hair follicle for up to a year. So you understand that if I order a hair follicle test, if your daughter consents, the results of that test can be sent to any domestic relations court when there is an issue of custody and or visitation. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Now go and discuss with your daughter whether she's prepared for us to take a sample of her hair and send it to our laboratory. Go ahead.
Like
go
I
ask
said,
her.
ma'am, if you
go,
do it to him,
no,
too.
he's not an issue.
Good.
Yeah. Fine, we'll do that. At the conclusion of the hearing, we'll do that.
Well, what does that have to do with what the case is about, ma'am?
Well, it has a great deal to do with the case, madam, because what you're saying is that your daughter doesn't smoke marijuana, therefore the story that he just told me about going up to the porch and seeing her is a lie. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm saying, well, there's a very easy way to figure that out. It has nothing to do with whether he smokes marijuana or not. It's whether your daughter did, and you are committed to the fact that she does not.
Right.
You want to smoke dope, that's your business, but don't smoke dope in front of your child.
I don't, ma'am.
Or be around friends who do.
We weren't smoking pot, ma'am.
What were you doing?
Sitting there talking, and he took the baby without a car seat and left. And then at 6 o'clock in the morning, told me to come and get him.
Does he smoke marijuana?
Yeah, he smokes crack, too.
Just a second. Smokes marijuana? And you never... Stand up. Stand up. And what you're telling me is you never did it with him?
Yes, ma'am, I will admit to that.
All right, that's all I'm asking you, my dear. So your mother is mistaken. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
She's been. That's all I wanted to know. That's it. That's the issue. Now you can sit down. You got it. Your daughter does smoke marijuana. She didn't tell you, but she smoked it with her husband. She says he smokes other things, too. I didn't ask her about the other things, but she clearly smokes marijuana. Now we understand each other, Miss Strawn? Oh.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're supposed to stay out of it. This genius picked this genius. The only problem... Well, this is your genius, Miss Strawn.
And later today...
Do you have anything you want to say to me, sir?
He didn't say nothing.
I'm not speaking to
Well,
you.
he's not going to say anything.
I'm not speaking to you!
Well, I'm speaking to you. I'm telling you, he won't say nothing.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Marcus Mahaffey says his estranged mother-in-law, Patricia Strawn, owes for burning his work uniforms. Patricia claims Marcus is making up a story.
Now, let's get back to your burned clothing. Go! And get there fast, because I have other things to do today.
We arrived at the house after her calling me, and I talked to Patty.
So you brought the baby back. Keep
Yes,
going.
ma'am. And that night, when I was talking to Ashley, I heard Patty in the background asking for marshmallows. I asked why they want marshmallows. Did they have a fire going? Ashley said, yes, they're burning your clothes. They want to roast marshmallows over your clothes. And I did not believe her. So the next day, on the 24th, I went over there to see for myself. Patty was not there. Ashley refused to show me any clothes. I just happened to walk down the driveway, and I smelled something burnt, a distinctive smell.
Is that burnt clothes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You want to show me one piece of the burnt clothing? I don't have to see the whole thing.
Your Honor, who's to say that he didn't burn his own clothes?
Me.
After everything he's done to me.
Me, I'm to say.
Okay.
I'm to say. Because I read your answer. Shh. Got it. Okay, you can put it away. Okay. Miss Strawn says that she took your clothes and she put them out by the curb.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I did.
You can't do that.
Why?
Because he's a resident of your home, and you have an obligation to hold on to his property until he comes to get it, unless he... Put your hand down. Unless he abandons it. You have no right to take his clothes and put them on the curb, because if you took them and put them on the curb and somebody else came by and burned them, you would be responsible. You have no right to do that.
But he's never so much as paid a cent living
I
in
don't
my house.
care. You allowed him to live in your home for 2 years. I'm speaking to you. He lived in your home for 2 years. Don't get in the middle. You're really dumb if you get in the middle, especially if you have 2 children who are babies themselves, and I probably believe you that both of them smoke pot and whatever else. So it's very possible that you 2 mothers-in-law and grandmothers are going to have to be responsible for this baby at some point, because certainly they're not responsible. And I would suggest that you try to maintain reasonable relations. He's allowed to take his child.
No, he's not. There's a TPO
No,
against him.
listen to me. At the time he took his child, there was no custody order. And in this country, the United States of America, one parent does not have any priority over custody over another when the 2 people are married.
But it didn't have anything to do with him pulling up with pot. He wanted the baby, had his mom waiting in the driveway. That's what he did.
Miss Strawn, you weren't there. And the fact that you are so committed to the baloney story that you have concocted in your head, because I believe her when she says that when he came back with the baby and said she's smoking pot on the driveway. I believe he said it. You don't believe it?
I don't, ma'am.
That's your problem. In any event, you have to pay for his clothes. How much were the clothes worth?
The total for the uniforms was $508.
What kind of uniform?
My work uniforms.
What kind of work?
The job he doesn't have anymore.
Mechanic.
You really...
He just got out of jail, for God's sakes.
You are really thick. You're really thick. You're not paying attention to what I'm saying to you.
I'm paying attention.
No, you're not paying attention to what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is you're supposed to stay out of it. This genius picked this genius.
Yeah.
The only problem... Well, this is your genius, Miss Strawn. If he's no bargain, that's her problem. This genius belongs to you. She made a baby with him. He's not going to be out of your life. And that doesn't give you the right to vandalize his property. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $508. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was the right decision because what she did was wrong.
I don't care what he says. I didn't burn his clothes.
I wasn't smoking pot in front of my child.
My wife was on the phone, and I heard her in the background saying that she was burning them.
That's not even true because Ashley wasn't even there. That's hard to get young people to handle situations in an adult manner.
He's crazy.
There will be nothing between us except for my son, and I'm going to try to get custody of him.
He's not going to get him.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Nuno versus Torres. Step forward, please.
Juanita Nuno is suing her daughter, Carolyn Torres, for a loan to bail her grandson out of jail. Juanita says she may lose her home to foreclosure.
Ms. Nuno, this is your daughter, and according to your complaint, you made your daughter a series of loans. She hasn't paid you back. Your daughter says, yes, it's true that you gave her some money. They were gifts. You do that to all your relatives, and you're singling her out for repayment of these gifts because she had a fight with your other daughter. Is that right, Ms. Torres?
Yeah, that's right.
What did I just say?
I owe her money, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They're gifts. To me, they're gifts. I heard what you just said.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Did you have anything to drink today?
No, I don't drink.
You use any drugs today?
No, I don't.
Well, then explain to me what your problem is, Ms. Torres.
I don't have a problem.
Who is that?
My kid's father.
Do you live with him?
When I want to, I don't know, when I want him there, I guess.
Step up, sir. What's your name?
Anthony Torres.
How long have you been with Miss Torres?
About 20, 21 years, off and on.
Do you work?
Yeah.
Does your wife suffer from a disability?
No.
Well, is there something wrong with her today? She seems to be out of sorts today.
Well, because I don't think she should be suing me, that's why.
Why did you agree to come here?
I don't know.
Did you discuss coming here with your wife, Mr. Torres?
Yeah.
Why did she come?
Because it's a lawsuit and she needs to come.
Juanita Nuno says her daughter, Carolyn Torres, owes for a loan for bail. Juanita says she posted her grandson's bond after he was arrested for burglary.
Now, if you've been with Mrs. Torres for 20-some-odd years, then you are the father of this young man who got himself into trouble last year?
Yes, I am.
And the first loan, according to you, Ms. Nuno, was for bail for your grandson.
Yes, it was.
What was he arrested for?
The jack broke into a school.
So he was arrested for burglary?
Yeah.
Did you call your mother and ask her for bail?
Yeah.
What did
But
you say
he called
to her?
her first, though. He called and I called after.
Who called?
I think my son called first, and then my niece called me, and then I called her back.
And when you called your mother, what did you say to her?
Bail him out. I don't have the money.
And what did she say to you?
She said, what happened? And I explained to her what happened. The jack broke into a school, so can you bail him out? She does everybody else, so I figured she'd do him.
Why didn't you bail him out?
Like I said, I don't have the money.
Well, how do you support yourself?
By his child support checks.
Well, you live together. Why does he send you child support checks?
Well, when I want to get, I'll call him. He doesn't really live with me.
Miss Nuno, you really expect her to pay you back?
Yes.
From what?
She applied for Social Security, and she was supposed to...
What was the nature of her disability?
She has arthritis in the spine. That's inherited. It comes down the line. All of us have it. So she applied for Social Security disability.
Yeah.
And they were going to grant it to her. All she needed to do was take a physical exam.
So you expected her to pay you back out of her disability from the government?
Well, not only from that, but from my son-in-law. And I believe him because he never lies.
Well, did he promise to pay you back?
He said he would pay me back. He would pay the bonds people, so that would be good enough.
Is that right, sir?
Yeah, that's right.
So why didn't you pay her?
I intend to, I just haven't had the chance to do it.
It's a year and a half ago, almost 2 years. When are you going to do it?
As soon as I can.
So after they didn't pay you the $1,600, 6 months later you gave her another $2,000. You want to tell me why?
Because I beat her daughter. That's why. That's exactly what happened. She lent me money to move out because I beat her daughter for stealing my child support check.
No, Judge Judy.
Yes, that's what happened.
I billed Anthony out in November.
You got $1,600, Ms. Nuno. What's the $2,000 for?
For getting me out of her house. I was staying with her for 2 months.
Why were you staying there for 2 months?
Because my stupid son, we lost our house in Redlands, so I had to go move in with her because of what he did.
How many other children did you move in with? 5. How old are your children?
15, 14, 10, and 3. And my son, Anthony, that's 18. He's 18.
You have a 3-year-old child?
Yes, I do.
How did you, with your terrible disability, have a 3-year-old child?
I guess. I don't know how. Well, how else am I going to have a kid?
Judge Judy, you wouldn't believe it. You will not believe this. I had her put in a convent in Mexico. I had tried to educate her day one, and you know...
That's what she went wrong when she sent me to Mexico. She never should have ever sent me to Mexico when I was 10 years old. Never.
Do you have anything you want to say to me, sir?
He didn't say nothing.
No.
I'm not speaking to you.
Well, he's not going to say anything.
I'm not speaking to you!
He still won't say nothing, though.
I'm not speaking to you.
Well, I'm speaking to you. I'm telling you, he won't say nothing.
Listen to me very carefully, Miss Torres. You've already shamed yourself in front of a lot of people.
I don't care.
You have a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old who can all understand everything that's going around them. I feel very sorry for them, and I guarantee you that if you live alone with your children now, I'm putting in a call to social services to go and monitor your home if these children are in fact living with you. Are they living with her? Are the children living with her?
Yeah.
Well, somebody's going to monitor it. You're not there, is that right?
Most of the time, no.
Listen, Miss Nuno, there is no question in my mind that having spent 10 minutes with your daughter, you had no reasonable expectation that that $2,000 was going to get repaid to you. Maybe the bail money, because you say that you had confidence in your son-in-law, and he says that he agreed to pay you back and he just hasn't gotten around to it yet. Mr. Torres, you have to find something to do with your time other than make children, sir. You have enough children. You have 5 children. And based upon what I've heard, you're not doing too well. And neither are your children. So you have to find some other way of occupying your spare time, like getting a second job, so you can support everybody, so they can all live together and not scam the government anymore. Do you...
This is number 39 on the calendar, the matter of Pugach versus Gunasegra. Really. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat.
Miss Pugach, what's your first name?
Sandra.
Mr. Gunasegra, your first name?
Surya.
How long had the two of you been dating?
We dated for about 2.5 years.
Did you live together?
No.
But it is your claim that while you were dating, you made a series of loans to him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gunasegra says there were no loans, just the give and take of a normal dating relationship, and he acknowledges that you laid out some money for him. He said that that's part of the dating relationship. Is that right, sir?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. When did you start dating?
We started dating in October of 2002.
And when was the first loan that you made to him?
In July of 2004.
What was it for?
It was for a trip. We went on a couple of trips after he got back from Europe after he graduated from college. And the first trip we made was with his parents to Canada. And when we would go out, I would pay. And he would always say, oh, when we get back and I get a job, I'll pay you back. And then we went to my hometown in Georgia, and I paid for the hotel, and we went out to dinner, and he said that he would pay for half of it when we got back, and he got a job.
Well, did he ever get a job?
No.
Huh?
No, Your Honor.
He never got a job?
Not until recently.
What's next?
In August, I went to Barcelona to study abroad for the semester, and I thought he was going to stay home and get a job so he could finally get the money to pay me back. And I would question him on if he's been applying to jobs. He would say he would go into interviews, so I figured he was on a line to get a job eventually. Hopefully sooner than later.
Go ahead, Sandra. I'm listening for the rest of the loans.
Okay, so then he moved to Europe, and he eventually came to Barcelona, and I paid for his rent while he lived there, and I paid for his food, and anywhere we would go out, I would pay. And every time I would give him money, he would say, don't worry, you know, when we get back, I'll get a job. I promise I'll pay you back.
Keep going.
Then we finally came back to the States, and he was going to interviews quite often. He would say he got a job offer, but then wouldn't take it.
Keep going with the loans, my dear.
So in March of 2005, we took a trip to Las Vegas, and I paid for everything while we were there. And then I really just got tired of him not paying me back. We got back home.
You say in your complaint that he wanted $500 to gamble with.
Yes.
And you gave it to him.
I did.
Who are these two gentlemen over here?
This is my roommate, Danny McGee, and he was in Vegas with us. And then this is my friend Devin, and he is a mutual friend of ours. He used to hang out with us. He would see me giving Surya money all the time and him promising to pay me back.
Well, I want to hear about the promise to pay you back. Raise your hand, please.
Sorry, my
Name?
name's Danny. Danny McGee. I'm roommates with Sandy, and I went on a trip to Vegas with both of them. And there's been times in the past where she would give him money to gamble with the agreement that if he lost, she would take the loss, and if he won, that they'd split the winnings. And this trip to Vegas, she was hesitant to go because he didn't have any money. And we got out there, and I saw her $200 or $300 that he borrowed from her. And she said specifically at the time, I'm going to give you this money, and if you lose, you owe it to me. And he agreed and actually lost all the money. And since then, I know he's had 2 jobs and has made no effort to pay her back whatsoever.
You have anything to add to this case?
Yeah, I do, actually. Should I stand up?
Yes, you should.
Okay. Well,
Your name?
my name is Devin Stinson, and I've called him before in the past, and I've said, hey, let's go get some food or something. And he'd say, well, you got to call Sandy because I don't have any money. And then I'd call Sandy, and we'd all go out, and then what would wind up happening is he would order, and then after everything was over, he would say, well, I don't have any money, and he'd just expect it to be paid for.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ball's in your court.
Well, first off, let me say that the only reason I went to Europe was because I had a job. I had an internship with a software company, and I had that for a while, and it didn't end up working out. My plane ticket wasn't for 6 weeks later, so Sandy and I both agreed that it would be good to spend that 6 weeks together because I was actually living in Switzerland at the time. And so I came down to Barcelona, and I did have some income through a rental property of mine. So I was making some type of money.
Surya, how old are you?
23.
Am I correct? According to your answer, you're in law school now?
No, not till August.
Where?
Thomas Jefferson or the University of Denver. I haven't chosen one.
What college did you graduate from?
University of Colorado.
And you?
I'm still in school at the University of Colorado.
Where do you get all this money from, Sandra?
I have 2 jobs that I work.
What 2 jobs do you work?
I am the assistant manager at a bowling alley at the school, and I work for the housing department at the university.
Who's paying your tuition?
My parents are.
Did they like him?
Sometimes. Most of the time.
Well, I'm sure he can be charming.
You sure can.
When the first time you went out for dinner with him, and he said, I'm sorry, I left my wallet in my other car. I left my wallet in Switzerland. That should have been a clue. Sounds to me, based upon what this young man has testified to, that this was sort of a regular occurrence. You would go out for a meal, he would eat, and you would pay. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Should have known better, Sandra. Who is this, by the way?
This is Ryan Watson. He's my roommate.
Does he have anything to contribute to this case?
Yeah. I'll let him explain.
I witnessed on many occasions Surya doing favors for Sandy, tutoring her and cleaning and making her dinner and things like that. And on some of those occasions, she would ask Surya to help her do those things, and Surya would say, no, not right now, I'm busy. But then she would say, Surya, you owe me so much money, using that against him, and he would end up doing that. So in both our opinions...
So you mean he was bartering domestic chores
right.
for the money he owed her?
Right.
And educational, Your Honor.
Surya, do you think that Sandra tutored you in some things?
As far as school?
Anything!
It's quite possible.
She didn't charge you for it, did she?
Emotionally, she charged me.
How did she... Shh, come on, folks. Come on, behave. Let's behave. How did she charge you emotionally?
I had to put up with so much ridiculous nonsense.
Surya, that you don't have to put up with it. I don't want to hear it. You weren't tethered to a radiator, were you?
In a metaphorical sense.
No metaphorical sense. No metaphorical
Literally,
sense.
no.
You were in Switzerland. She was in Barcelona. Nobody got a magnet and attached it to you in Switzerland. You came down there by your...
own recognizance.
You're not in law school yet. Let's stick to the English you understand, sir.
Okay.
You think you took advantage of her?
I don't.
You just think that she understood what she was getting herself into. She had the money at the time you did not.
Right.
And she wanted to travel to Vegas You said, I'll go with you, but I have no money.
Yeah, she
And
understood
she said,
that I had no
I got the money. You pay me back when you get a job.
No, the arrangement was she was going to cover all the expenses.
Why?
Why? Because they needed a third person to go. Danny and her weren't just going to go by themselves.
Why?
Because they needed motivation. And I was that motivation.
Sandra,
Yes,
you schlepped around with him for 2 years.
Yes,
You
Your Honor.
let him take advantage of you for 2 years. So then what you do is you say, thank God I figured out that this was not Mr. Right. Before I planned a wedding with him, I had a child with him. You can sit down now, roommate. I don't think you had a valid contract with him. I think you had the hopes and the dreams of a young lady who was in love. And I'm sure that there was a time when he felt mutually. But you're a giver, and he's a taker. Somehow in his own mind, he is entitled to take. Where are your parents?
In Santa Monica?
Did they indulge you?
Not really.
Sounds to me as if you've been indulged. Switzerland, Barcelona, working, not working, looking for just the right gig. The girlfriend takes care of you. There's a sense, Syria, of entitlement. Shh, do not answer. Now it's my turn. Sandra may find you irresistible, I guarantee you, sir. I do not. So, Sandra, I wish in my heart I could say to you, you had a valid contract, which is the only thing that I'm here to address. You did not have a contract recognized in the law for him to pay you back. But I'm telling you, I think that you're lucky. Because you're a lovely-looking, intelligent, hard-working young lady who should not hitch her star to somebody who has a sense of entitlement and who will just use you in one way or another for your whole life. Got it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Goodbye. Good luck.
Parties are excused.
Syria.
I step out.
Grow up.
She made her decision. That's fine. I hope Sandy has a great life, and I wish her well.
We were in a relationship, and when you're in a relationship, you do things together. You cook dinner and you clean.
They're about sharing and trust.
You help the other person out when they need help, and that's all part of a relationship.
And we loved each other.
I've learned to not just give out my money to people because I think I'm in love.
She gave up believing in me.
Obviously, it didn't work out for me this time, so I'll just keep my money in my pockets.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Grimm versus Bynum. Step forward, please.
Student Ingrid Grimm is suing the great-grandmother of her daughter's friend, Amy Bynum, for damage to their pocket bike. Ingrid says Amy's great-granddaughter, 9-year-old Michaela, wrecked it during a birthday party.
Miss Grimm, your daughter was having a birthday party. What birthday was she celebrating?
Actually, it was two of my daughters, my 11-year-old and my 13-year-old.
How many children did you have at the party?
There was approximately 20 to 25 children.
And Miss Bynum's granddaughter was one of those children, and you are her guardian, is that right?
Yes.
It is your claim that Miss Bynum's granddaughter rode a pocket bike. And it's a motorized bike, is that right?
Yes, gas.
And she damaged the bike. You want her grandmother to pay for it.
Yes.
Tell me how that happened.
Well, it was understood that the party...
Don't tell me what was understood. Just tell me what happened.
During the course of the party, we had allowed the children to ride. We have approximately 8 different bikes. And they were given certain rules that they had to follow in order to be able to ride the bikes. And Michaela did not follow those rules and therefore damaged the bike.
What rule didn't she follow?
Well, they were only supposed to go a certain distance, still within visual range of our house, which is approximately 8 to 9 houses, which is 1 block's length. Turn around and come back. And then she was
and
supposed
who was
to take
watching
turns.
them at that time?
I was outside in the garage, and then my boyfriend, Rodney.
Well, who was watching Michaela? That's Michaela over there?
Yes.
Who was watching Michaela?
Everybody was, because the children...
No, not everybody. Were you watching her?
No, not at the time.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Miss Grimm, I'm going to ask you a couple of more questions. Okay. Then I'm going to end this torture.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Ingrid Grimm says 9-year-old Michaela Nash wrecked her twin daughter's pocket bike while riding it at their birthday party. Michaela's great-grandmother, Amy Bynum, says Ingrid allowed Michaela to ride the bike without her consent.
Michaela, I want you to stand up next to your grandma, okay? How did you know that Michaela had damaged the bike? Did somebody come and say Michaela fell off the bike?
Yes. It was about 5 children that had come and told us that.
Who did they come and tell?
They told both me and Rodney.
So that what you're telling me, Miss Grimm, is that neither you nor Rodney were watching Michaela. Is that correct?
Yes, we were.
You weren't. Because you just said to me, 5 children came and told me that Michaela had had an accident on the bike. And I said, who did they come and tell? And you said they came and told me and my boyfriend, which suggests to me that neither you nor your boyfriend was supervising the child when she was on the bike. Right?
Okay, you can say that, yes.
You see, you don't have to say anything yet. You're going to tell me what happened to the bike, Michaela, very fast. Tell me what happened to the bike.
I ran into the curb and then the bike and the tire wouldn't move.
Were you driving someplace where you weren't supposed to be driving?
No.
You were driving up the block?
Mm-hmm.
Had other children driven to the same location?
They drove a little farther.
Really? And who was watching you when you were driving?
Rodney.
Rodney. Where was he?
He was at the house.
Was he there when the other children were riding further than you rode?
Yes.
Were you hurt?
No.
Miss Grimm, I'm going to ask you a couple of more questions.
Okay.
Then I'm going to end this torture. Let us say, Michaela, who was driving a motorized bike in the street. The law permits you to do that?
Yes.
How fast do they go?
Anywhere from 15 to 20 miles, I think.
15 to 20 miles an hour?
Yes.
How old are you, Michaela?
9.
Miss Grimm, let us assume that, heaven forbid, Michaela had an accident on this bike and was injured. Do you think you would be liable for her injuries?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because she was at my party that I was supervising.
Correct. So why in the world would you think that her grandmother is responsible for the damage to the bike?
Because she did not follow the rules and she went further than where she was supposed to.
That was your responsibility to make sure that she didn't, not her grandmother's. When you invite children to your home to a birthday party, you become an insurer of their well-being. It is your responsibility to supervise them all the time that they're there. And if you elect to allow them to ride on a vehicle that can go 15 to 20 miles an hour, if there's an accident, you are 100% responsible. Did you tell her grandmother you were going to be allowing her to drive that bike?
All the parents were aware.
Were you made aware of that fact?
No, I was not.
I asked you whether you made Miss Bynum aware that you were going to allow her granddaughter to ride this bike.
All the parents were aware.
No, you can't answer the question, Miss Grimm, by saying to me all the parents were aware. You can't tell me what they were aware of when I ask you a simple question, which is, did you tell Miss Bynum that her granddaughter was going to be using a motorized vehicle?
I told all the parents of
When
the children.
did you tell Miss Bynum?
Well, when she dropped the children off.
What did you tell Miss Bynum?
I let them know that...
No. What did you tell Miss Bynum? What did you tell Miss Bynum when she dropped off Michaela?
Well, we introduced ourselves, and I thanked her for allowing her granddaughter to come to the birthday party. I let them know that what was...
Not you let them know. I want you to tell me what you said to Miss Bynum.
I don't recall.
Miss Bynum, is anything said to you about your granddaughter riding a motorized bike?
No. I would not have left her at the party if it was.
But anyway, Miss Grimm, you are an insurer of the minor children left in your care and custody when you invite children to a birthday party. If they damage something in your home, it's your fault. If they hurt themselves when they damage something in your home, it's your fault. So you can't invite more children to a party than you're prepared to supervise properly, and I certainly would exercise better judgment than allowing a 9-year-old child to get on a motorized bike that's capable of going 20 miles an hour. Case is dismissed. That's all.
Yes, case number 314 on the calendar in the matter of Ledoux versus Cole.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
You folks have been divorced for many years. You have one child together, and it is your claim that your former husband is responsible for 1/2 of the cost of a car that you purchased for your daughter.
Yes.
And he said he never agreed to pay for 1/2 of the cost of the car. You went ahead and did that on your own after some preliminary discussions with him.
No.
That's letting you know what his defense is. So, when was this car purchased for your daughter?
May 11th of 2009.
And who was present when the car was purchased?
Myself and my daughter, Vanessa.
When did you first have this discussion with your former wife about purchasing a car for your daughter?
The day she was there purchasing the car.
Prior to May 11th then of 2009, you had not had a discussion with your former wife about purchasing a car?
No.
Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Okay, yes, I did. I had called him a couple days before. I said I found her a car on the internet, and then I had asked him if he would be willing to split the cost of the car for her. I told him about the car, the year, the make, the model. He works at the dealership, so he said he would check into it then and check the VIN on it to make sure it was a decent deal for the car.
Is this now sounding a little more familiar to you, Mr. Cole? Because this sounds reasonable to me.
No, it doesn't sound reasonable or familiar.
It was true.
I got a call from my ex-wife saying, hey, I found a car. Which dealership you at? I asked her,
Not true.
hey, that's part of our sister stores. We have 24 stores.
Yes.
I said, let me call up there, see if I can get her a better deal for you.
Oh,
that's what I did.
Fine. So she wasn't there at the dealership. That's what she's saying.
She had already decided to buy the car.
No, she said she found the car on the internet. That's what she said. She said, I found the car on the internet. I called him and I told him about the car. She asked for the VIN number so that you could check it, which I assume you did.
I can check the VIN number in 5 minutes.
No, that's not what I asked you, Mr. Cole.
And I didn't check the VIN number, no.
You did not?
No.
Okay.
No, I asked my manager to call up there to see what kind of deal we can get on the car. They know what they own it for, so that's what I did.
We weren't talking about deal. We were talking about VIN number.
Right.
That's what you said.
I gave him all the information. He said he would check out the car. Yes.
Oh, then it wasn't the VIN number. You see, when I say to you, Miss Ledoux, when I say to you, I want you to tell me what you said to him. And what he said to you, there is a reason for that. Because then I don't have to waste the last 5 minutes that I just did. If he said, I'll check out the car, that's one thing. If he said, I'll check out the VIN number, that's an entirely different thing. Do we understand each other now? Don't waste my time. It's irritating.
Okay.
Now, did he say, I'll check out the car for you?
Yes, because he
All right. What else did he say? And what did you say?
Once he said he checked out the car, we went there to check the car out, look at it in person, took it for a test drive. He had called there and got the $200 off of it, but I did not purchase the car. It was not the same day.
So he had already gotten you $200 off the price that you had seen it on the internet?
He would call and thought
That's not what I asked you. There was a price on the car on the internet, which was?
It was $3,400. Then I had negotiated with them to $3,200.
You had negotiated with them on the phone?
Yes, the dealership.
On the phone?
On the phone.
And then he got $200 off of that. So by the time you got there, the car was $3,000.
$3,000.
And any of that sound familiar to you? $200 off the price?
Yes, definitely. Yep.
Fine. So there was some discussion before you went to the dealership.
Yes.
Clearly, because it wasn't done all on the 11th. Was the car purchased on the 11th?
Yes.
And you have the bill of sale for the 11th?
Yes.
It was purchased on the 11th and this discussion was had before. Okay, I'd like to see it. Now, let's get back to the discussion that you had where you split the cost of the car with me. What did Mr. Cole say to you?
That he was totally agreed to this?
No, that's not what I asked you. That's not what any normal person would say, Miss Ledoux. Yes, I totally agreed with this. That is not what a person says. Do you understand? Just like you check the VIN number as opposed to check out the car. That's different. What did he say when you said to him, would you split the cost of the car with me?
Yes, he would split the cost of the car with me.
No, that's not what he said, because that's not what normal speech is. Now, you can say, I don't remember what he said. That would be different. But normal speech, would you split the cost of the car with me for our daughter? That would be normal.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
I didn't ask you anything. But normal speech is
Well, I don't know
not,
the exact
yes, I will split the cost of the car with you. That's not the response.
He said yes.
He wouldn't even say that. There would be something more than that if he had a discussion with you, Miss Ledoux. If he said he'd split the cost of the car with you, and you purchased the car on the 11th, and he works for the dealership, the check would have been in the mail on the 12th. So there was something else that he said to you during that conversation that suggested to you that he might share the cost of the car with you, but you weren't going to get your money immediately.
That he would send the check to me after the car was purchased?
Are you asking me? I wasn't there.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what he said.
No, that wasn't said either.
He said to you, purchase the car and I'll send you a check after the car is purchased? Is that what you're telling me he said? Don't make it up as you're going along, Miss Ledoux.
I'm not making. It was just a long time ago. I don't know verbatim.
Well, if it's a long time ago and you don't remember verbatim, then say, I don't remember
I don't remember verbatim the conversation, other than he was fine with splitting the cost of the car. Otherwise, I would have never went and bought this car for her. I would have bought something cheaper that I could afford.
Okay. Now, when was the first time you had a conversation with him about payment for the car after the car was purchased?
Maybe a day or two later.
Was that on the phone?
Yes.
And?
I told him the price of the car, and he said he would send a check out to me.
It didn't happen either.
Hmm?
That didn't happen.
Go ahead.
Well, there was many attempts after. My daughter even would send him a message, a text, or call him to remind him that he owed me the money, and he had never paid it.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
This says you agreed to help with the car.
Definitely.
Right.
And I have helped.
What? No,
Got $200 off right away.
No,
I put tires on the car.
Mr. Cole, that's baloney, sir.
Really?
Yes, that's baloney.
And later today.
So what makes you think Mr. Rawley is responsible for the fire or the damage?
He didn't get my permission to use my computer or sit at my desk in the first place, Your Honor.
Well, that's ridiculous, Miss Kingscott.
How is that ridiculous?
I mean, that's ridiculous. Actually, it's ridiculous.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dawn Ledoux says ex-husband Robert Cole owes for half the cost of a car purchased for their daughter. Robert claims he never agreed to pay.
Let me ask you this question. You've been divorced for 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
You have a child support order for your daughter?
I do.
And how much is that order?
Well, that got changed.
No, that's
right
not
now?
what I asked
Okay.
you. What was the order initially?
It was $188 a month.
And that got changed when?
I don't know the exact date, when Vanessa was like 12 or 13 years old.
To what?
Like $600 a month.
And now how old is your daughter?
She is 20 right now.
And was the order ever changed after it was $600 a month?
No.
So it's remained $600 a month?
Yes.
No, that's wrong.
What?
It's a cost of living increase. It's a state law, so it goes up every 2 years. It's gone more than that, way more than $600.
To how much?
It was almost $800, per month, which I've paid.
Just a second.
Yep.
Just a second. $800 a month, which you paid until your daughter was how old?
Until she graduated from high school, which she was 18.
And there is no issue, I can almost guarantee that you were current in your child support.
Yeah, everything was fine.
Your daughter is in college now.
Correct.
Do you help out with college?
I do.
Tell me how you help out with college.
Well, when she needed a new bed, we bought her a new bed.
I'm not talking about new bed, I'm talking about
Well,
college.
that's part of helping out in college. You got to have a place to sleep.
Yeah,
So she had to
okay.
sleep on a bed.
Okay.
She asked a couple times if she could get some money. We wrote out a check for $700, wrote out another one for $200. Granted, I can't afford to give her as much as I'd like to, but I have given her as much as I
Who
can.
pays for college?
Vanessa has student loans.
You were giving her $800 a month, and you were current in your child support until she turned 18.
Yeah, I'm a good dad. I take care of what I have to do. My daughter and I have a great relationship.
I'm glad. So far, I don't have any serious difficulty with you, Mr. Cole, actually, with regard to your parental responsibility. I'm just asking you whether it ever occurred to you to give your daughter part of that $800 a month that you had been sending to her mother, instead of sending it to her mother, to give it to her to defray some of her costs and some of her student loans.
If that's possible, I would, but it's directly taken out by the state or by the county right out of my paychecks and given
But not
to
anymore.
Well, no, it's not anymore.
Well, that's what I'm talking
Right.
about, sir. I mean, was there something confusing about what I said to you?
Yeah,
I'm a
actually it
judge.
was.
I'm a judge. I know that at a certain age, money stops coming out of
Right.
your salary directly, and it stopped, according to you, when
Correct.
she turned 18, when she graduated from high school. So my question to you was a relatively simple one, which was, did it ever occur to you to say, well, I've been paying her mother $800 a month. I'm sure I could manage $400 a month for you, sweetheart, to help defray the cost of books and everything else while you're in college. That's going to stop when college is over.
And I have. And like I said, I have checks that I've helped her as much
You've
as I
told
could.
me
when I could.
$900 over a period of 2 years.
I bought her new tires for her car as well. That's another $360,
Nice.
I'm trying to.
All
I'm just trying to
nice.
help out as much as I can. That's
All
what I
nice.
told Don when we first started this.
All nice.
Your Honor.
And what?
Could I give you this evidence?
What is it?
It was when he was saying that he did not agree with me, that he did not purchase the car. I purchased it. There's text messages stating that he acknowledges owing me the money.
Oh, I'd like to see that. I also am interested in the purchase of tires in September. Did your daughter tell you that she needed the tires?
Yes.
Would you give this to him, please, and let him take a look at it?
There's nowhere in there says I would pay any certain amount or any half or anything.
The courts have the ability, sir, to read into that, and there is certainly an indication there that you said you would help with the car.
Exactly.
The fact that you didn't say, well, sir, this says you agreed to help with the car.
Definitely.
Right.
And I have help.
What? No.
$200 off right away.
No.
I put tires on the car.
Mr. Cole, that's baloney, sir.
Really?
That's baloney.
So that's not help at all?
No, that's not what you were talking about here.
That's exactly what I was talking about there.
No, sir, it isn't, because this was a year after the car was purchased. I know I agreed to help with the car, but my wedding was expensive.
It was.
That's what you're talking about. Well, that's not anybody's fault. Mr. Cole, I'm not faulting you. I think you took care of your parental responsibility.
Definitely.
Up until the court told you that you didn't have to anymore. And then you were helping your child. Then
wait. How does that, up until the court told me that I didn't have to?
When you were,
I take care of my daughter there's more than just money. We do a lot of different things together, support. I am a very good father.
Mr. Cole, I'm not faulting you. As I said to you before, I'm not faulting you. And I said that you did, in fact, take care of your parental responsibility until your daughter turned 18, which was when the court told you
I don't have to give my ex-wife any more money.
You could stop supporting your child. And if you said to me, I'm not sending her $800 anymore, but I'm taking that $800 that I was sending her, or part of it, because I want to be able to breathe a little bit, and give it directly to my daughter while she's at school for pocket money, for books, so that she wouldn't have to take out that much in student loans. I mean, we did that with our children when they were, believe me, well beyond 21, when they were in all different kinds of schools. And it does require a major sacrifice.
Right.
It does require a sacrifice. And all I'm suggesting to you, sir, is because a child turns 18, and I'm not talking about going hiking and bicycle riding and taking them on vacation and sending them $200 if they need it, if they call for it. I'm talking about seeing to it that by the time they graduate from college, they are not encumbered with debt up to here if you can help them.
Right.
If you can help them. And if she goes to school where she needs a car, she has to have a car. You owe her $1,500. Pay her. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Obviously, maybe I should take a little bit into what Judge Judy said in consideration and help my daughter a little bit more monthly.
Try to, help their kids out as best as they can.
Sometimes you get caught up in life and you think other things are better than what they are.
That we can just move on from this now and be done.
Just move on. Move on from life, and that's it,
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of King Scott versus Raleigh. Step forward, please.
Cherie King Scott is suing her ex-boyfriend, Ronnie Raleigh, for accidentally starting a fire in her apartment. Ronnie insists he's not to blame.
Miss King Scott, the defendant was your boyfriend. He was at your apartment, and this was August of 2009, so over a year ago.
Yes, but he wasn't my boyfriend.
Well, what was he?
We dated briefly, and then we just remained friends.
Yeah, well, he was a friend. He's a boy. He was at your apartment. According to you, he's responsible for some damage to your apartment caused by a fire that was caused by him. Defendant says that you were the one who had the candles burning in the house. He did nothing to ignite the fire. It's not his responsibility. The damage was minimal. August 9th, when the fire started, who was at home?
Myself, my daughter, and the defendant.
And the fire was started by what?
A candle.
Was the defendant living with you at the time?
No.
So it was your candle?
Yes.
Who lit it?
I did.
What time did you light it?
11:15.
In the morning?
In the morning, yes.
And what time was the fire?
Around 12:15.
And where had you put the candle?
I had put it in a candle holder on my computer. It's been the same way for 3 years.
You put it in a candle holder?
Yes.
On top of your computer?
On my computer desk, yes.
How many candles did you light?
One.
And that's where the defendant was sitting?
Without my permission, yes.
He was not there without your permission, madam. If he was there without your permission, he would have been a trespasser. You would have called the police and had him arrested. He was in your house with your permission?
Yes.
Right. And according to you, the next thing you heard was a smoke detector going off and there was smoke?
Yes.
So what makes you think Mr. Raleigh is responsible for the fire or the damage?
Okay, I ran an errand, me and my daughter.
You were home at the time. I read your papers. You ran an errand, you were with your daughter, but
because
you came
he didn't
home,
get
then
my
you were
permission.
home.
Okay.
Then you were home. You were home, your daughter was home, he was home.
He didn't get my permission to use my computer or sit at my desk in the first place, Your Honor.
Well, that's ridiculous, Miss Kingscott.
How is that ridiculous?
I mean, that's ridiculous. Actually, it's ridiculous. What you're supposed to do is before you go out, you're supposed to put it out. You don't light a candle at 11 o'clock in the morning and take your daughter out for an errand. There's no reason to have a lit candle in your house while you're out of the house. And you can't always blame somebody else for what happens. Do you know what happened, sir? Do you know how the fire started?
I don't know exactly how it happened. I have an idea.
I don't care about your idea. I just want to know, do you know how it happened?
No, ma'am.
Do you know how it happened? No, you weren't there.
I was in the house when it happened.
Well, so was he. But he doesn't know. He says, I have an idea how it happened. I'm not interested in his speculation. We don't deal in speculation in the court.
Right, but he was the last one at my desk. I know what he told me. He told me that candle was leaning out of the candle holder and that he attempted to move like this. He attempted to move the mat. And I'm figuring maybe
tell me what you figured.
From what he told me, and he attempted to move the mat, maybe it flicked back, and when he walked away, it started a fire. Because I've had it like that for 3 years, and no incident has ever happened.
Well,
Many
this time
of
it
guests,
happened.
friends, family members.
This time it happened.
Oh.
Miss Kingscott, this is your house, your candle. You lit it. You left it unattended.
Mm-hmm.
If you saw that he even unintentionally started the fire, we would have a discussion. But neither one of you knows how it started. All you know is it started.
Oh, may I say something?
What?
Anna? Okay, now, when I left to run an errand...
I don't care about you leaving.
It's important because he was in my room. He wasn't even on
Madam, if you wanted him out of your house, you called the police and have him removed. He was in your house with your permission, and you didn't leave him in one corner of the house. You didn't say to him, you may stand in this corner, in the right corner of the kitchen. He was in the house. He was in the house with access to the house. And
yeah, but not to my computer.
Miss Kingscott, you have to take care of your own problems. If it's your house and you lit the fire and you left it unattended, if somehow a spark flew and a fire started and there was $600 worth of damage, you have to pay for that. Thank you. Goodbye.
525 on the calendar, the matter of Ruiz versus Conley. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Ruiz.
Yes.
It's over. You understand that?
Yes.
Good. You have a son together with the defendant?
That's correct.
Do you visit with your son?
She hasn't let me see him since she got the temporary restraining order.
Did you file a petition for visitation with your child?
Not yet. I'm in the process of doing that.
That's what you have to do, okay? You can't come and fetch that you don't have visitation unless you filed a petition for visitation. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right, so let's deal with this case, and I'm going to make 1, 2, 3 of it because I've read it. 2 things. You were living together, you have a child together, you bought a dog together. And according to you, the dog was $600?
No, it was $500.
$500. And each of you was supposed to pay half. You put in $150. So you didn't finish paying for your half. Then you separated. So you want the money you put into the dog.
We had an agreement when we bought the dog.
I read the agreement, that in case you separated, you would get the dog.
Yeah, and she would lose her half.
Well, that may be, Mr. Ruiz. Let me explain something to you. You also agreed to pay for half the dog, which you didn't do. Right?
Yeah.
So there's no agreement. I mean, I read you said if you separate, you're going to get the dog. Well, but your first thing you were supposed to do was pay for half, which you didn't. Got it?
Yeah.
All right. So where's the dog now?
She took the dog.
Perfect. And how old is your son?
He is 15 months.
Does he play with the dog?
Yeah, he played with all the dogs we had.
Did he play with the dog?
Yes.
Get over it. Do you understand, Mr. Ruiz?
Yeah, there's a lot more to it, though.
Listen, there may be a lot more to it. For that, you'll see a therapist. This is a court.
Yeah, she needs to see one.
This is a court, Mr. Ruiz.
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing you're suing her for is you say that she filed allegations that were false and got a restraining order against you.
Yeah.
But I read very carefully your complaint, and it seems as if that case was heard before a judge who granted her a final order of protection, right?
Yeah.
So that matter has been determined already.
They didn't allow for me to speak. She
Mr.
put down I killed
Ruiz.
10 people.
Mr. Ruiz, a court is a court is a court. There are different standards of proof in every court, but in a civil proceeding, the quantum of proof in a civil proceeding is either this much evidence or this much evidence that something happened. In a criminal proceeding, it's this much evidence. You already had a hearing in a civil court with regard to your protective order, and a judge already made a determination by the same quality of evidence that I have to rule on that you were guilty of whatever acts she alleged and granted her a restraining order. So you cannot sue her for filing false charges against you, because that would mean that you get to try the case twice. We don't give people twice in this country in a civil case. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Trying to explain the whole thing to you.
I got it.
Why I'm dismissing your case, because you have no case. Now, the only thing that you have is you have, to me, a legitimate desire to see your child, and you should do that, and you should do that as expeditiously as possible. And that I'm going to discuss with Ms. Connolly, who has a counterclaim.
Yes, I do.
She has a counterclaim that you have certain property that belong to her. Return the value of a crib, Christmas decorations, and family photos. Plus, she says you hung the dog out the window and threatened to, and that's dog abuse. Did you raise that issue before the other judge?
No, I didn't. No, I did tell him that. I did mention that in court.
Well, fine, good, perfect. Then I don't want to hear about it.
Okay.
You've already discussed that with another judge. I don't hear cases twice. That's it. That part of it is over. Do you get it?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Now, this crib that you want back, who bought it?
He purchased it, and I purchased the matching changing table. I was able to take the changing table out of there, but he refused to give me the crib because
He doesn't have to.
Okay.
He purchased it. And hopefully he'll have visitation. He'll be able to use it.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to give you back the crib.
Okay.
Christmas decorations, who purchased them?
I did, Your Honor.
Good. When?
I purchased them over the last few years. I recently, because we've had my son, I went out and bought all new plastic bulbs because we had a majority of glass bulbs. And also my son's first Christmas stocking, his first Christmas bulb from when he was first born. He was born in October.
And who bought that?
A friend actually gave it to me for a Christmas present for my son. It's his first
Gave it to
ornament.
whom?
Gave it to me and bought it for my son as his first bulb.
You know anything about what she's talking about?
When she was supposed to come get her property, when you get a restraining order, you have a certain amount of time to get your property. She kept stringing me along. She had the 10-day restraining order. She wanted to see me. She kept groveling back.
Just a second. Do you have this property in your house?
I don't take the stuff off the tree. She took the stuff off the tree. When she
Do you
came
know
to
where
get
it
her
is?
stuff, it should be downstairs. I called the police to get her things out.
Mr. Ruiz,
I
this
told
is
her
all
to
I
take
want
them.
you-
She didn't
This
take
is all
them.
I want you to do, sir. The crib you keep, you
Yeah.
purchased it. I want you to go downstairs and see if you find these Christmas decorations that she wants. Put them in a box, and I want you to be smart. Listen to me. I'm older than you are. I've had more experience with this stuff. Take all the Christmas decorations, put them in a nice box. Family photos, those belong to the two of you, not just you.
Absolutely.
So if you can divide them so that she gets some pictures of the baby when he was little and you get some pictures of the baby when he was little, if you can do that, fine. Any pictures of her family, give her. You're going to have to be together in some way for the next this growing up. Don't do anything with regard to this property that is going to make her any more bitter than she is, or you any more bitter than you are. So let's start with this little bundle of property. So I'm going to prepare an order that you will examine your basement and return to her, if it's there, the Christmas decorations and her family photos. Her family photos. What?
I'm sorry. He actually has a majority of the photos on his computer already, burnt into the computer, and that's from when my son was first born, just fresh coming out of me on the table, my baby shower, that he has all those downloaded in his computer, as well as photos in his cameras.
Okay, do this, Mr. Ruiz. Is that true?
She's printed out over half of them already. I don't know what she's talking about.
Just a second. Do this. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give you a start at rebuilding some sort of civility between the two of you so that when you get your visitation with your son, which you should have,
Oh, I will get him.
you'll be able to go over and pick him up, make an exchange that's pleasant, maybe even go to a joint birthday party that you make for him. Do you understand what I mean? That's a nice thing to do. So, if it means, I want you to watch how clever I am, burning a CD for her.
Thank you, that's what I want.
Am I hypotech or what?
Yes, you are.
Getting the lingo. I have absolutely no idea what it means.
I love it, though.
Burn a CD for her of all those pictures and put it in the box with the Christmas decorations. Be smart. It's an olive branch.
Yeah, I never said I wouldn't do that.
Fine. Great. That's
never
what's
said I
going to
would.
happen.
When the police was
Easy
there, I
enough?
said,
Easy
you know,
enough?
it takes
Easy
time.
enough? 5 days to do it? Now, Ms. Connolly,
Yes.
you picked him.
Yes, I did.
You picked him and you made a baby with him.
Yes, I did.
And your baby has a right to know his father.
Absolutely. I am not disputing that, Your Honor.
When would you like him to see him?
I told him I will not dispute visitation, period. But the problem is, Your Honor, is the reason I will not dispute visitation as far as joint and full custody, because he wanted to take my son to Florida. And this happened in July when I left him originally also, because he kept threatening me because I am a young parent.
Okay. So you won't
Tell him what
dispute
led up to everything.
visitation. Shh. You won't dispute visitation, but there's a but.
Yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You don't want to be a stupid single parent, do you?
No, I do not.
Perfect.
She is.
What did you say?
She is.
And you're a genius.
I'm not a genius.
And later today,
His reason wasn't really legitimate.
What difference does it make what his reason was?
It makes a huge difference because it was only 3 weeks left.
You mean you would have preferred that he married you and then left you?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Roberto Ruiz says the mother of his child, Eleanor Conley, owes for half the cost of a dachshund and for lying to obtain a restraining order. Eleanor is countersuing for the return of her belongings.
What's the but?
The but is I just want to make sure that, A, my son is safe. He mentioned to me that when my son gets older, he's going to tell him what his mother's all about.
And just a second. He wishes he would eat those words and they never came out of his mouth because he's not going to be stupid, right? Mm-hmm. Stupid means you made a child with her and you're not supposed to say anything bad about her to your son. That only makes him feel bad. And she's not supposed to say anything bad about you.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't make him feel good. The child feel good. That only makes you feel good. Got to start with the olive branch.
It's kind of hard to do when she put down, I killed 10 people to get a restraining order.
That's what he stated to me.
Mr. Ruiz.
That's a little far-fetched.
Mr. Ruiz, you're not getting it, sir. When was the last time you saw your son?
When she had the 10-day restraining
When?
order. About 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
When she knew that I wasn't going to take her back.
Absolutely not.
I'm
sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, I would have been at the courthouse 2 weeks ago seeking visitation.
I couldn't do that. We all had a family vacation plan. Her, my son, that's named after my father, my foster father. We were all going to Florida. That was already planned. This happened a few days before that happened. Had to change all the flight plans.
So
I couldn't go down there. I had to work.
Okay. All right. Well, see if you can work it out.
Excuse me, Your Honor?
What?
I got the restraining order on February 5th. He should have went that day to probate court and requested visitation.
Miss Connolly, do I look like... Listen.
I'm sorry.
She's been coming over my house. I was seeing my
No,
son.
I have not.
Miss Connolly?
Yes.
I believe you have.
I did.
Just listen to me. I believe you have.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens.
Two
He doesn't
occasions.
say...
I'm sorry.
He doesn't say that unless that's true. And it's not an unusual occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give him a yin and a yang. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you understand, which is what you were doing.
Yes, you
He
were.
has to see his child.
Mm-hmm.
He was involved with his child. He loves his child just like you love his child. So I suggest very strongly that you make arrangements for him to see him. He's hurting because he's not seeing him. And that's what you have to do. And the longer you wait, the angrier it's going to be. And that is stupid. And you don't want to be a stupid single parent, do you?
No, I do not.
Perfect.
She is.
Okay. What did you say?
She is.
And you're a genius.
I'm not a genius.
And you're a genius.
I'm not a genius.
The case is dismissed. Make sure you get the property back to her. I'll prepare an order. You don't get it, Mr. Ruiz.
Oh, I get it.
No, you don't get me.
I got you.
You don't get it. That's all. Out.
Parties are excused. Ma'am, wait there.
I found out she was being unfaithful,
He had threatened me about a good number of 6 times.
and I kicked her to the curb like most people would.
He's a very violent person. Anybody that knows him knows that.
I'm going to fight for full custody because he's in an environment that's not safe.
I just hope that he and I can be civil for the case of my son. I love him to death.
The child's the one that's suffering. She used him as a leverage toy.
And one thing that Roberto's giving me is my baby, and it's the best gift in life.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Wright versus Cox. Step forward.
Philip Wright is suing his ex-fiancée, Lillian Cox, for the value of an engagement ring. Lillian is countersuing for half the cost of a wedding that never happened.
Bird, you want to give me those lovely rings that are on the defendant's table over there?
Certainly.
Mr. Wright, you and the defendant were in love once, became engaged. Romance is over. Wedding was called off. You want your rings back.
No, ma'am.
You don't want these back.
I'd prefer the cash settlement.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay.
So I assume you want these back.
Yes, in that case.
And Miss Cox says that you owe her a fortune because you canceled the wedding. She had spent an awful lot of money, so she wants you to share the expenses that she was forced to pay as a result of you canceling the wedding. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This was your engagement ring
Yes, ma'am.
and 2 bands that went around it.
Yes, ma'am.
Did he pay for it?
Yes.
An engagement ring is given in contemplation of marriage, which means it's a conditional gift. And the condition of that gift is that you get married.
Mm-hmm.
If the wedding is called off, irrespective of who calls it off, if he paid for them, he gets the rings back.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So much for you. When was the wedding scheduled?
For May 19th.
2007.
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the arrangement that the two of you made with regard to how the wedding was going to be paid for?
We were taking care of much as we could ourselves.
Explain that to me.
The majority of the deposits that were done, I paid for it out of cash.
You paid for?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that your agreement?
The agreement was...
Look at me.
She wanted to have, the type of wedding that she wanted. I agreed to it. So I got 2 credit cards, one with her name, one with my name. I gave her a credit card to basically be in charge of making all the arrangements, and, she kept all the receipts for everything.
So how much money, Mr. Wright, did you spend, you personally, on the wedding prior to the engagement being called off?
Approximately $8,000 was charged onto the credit card.
What?
It's about $8,000 because he paid for the rings. The only thing that his credit card paid for was the finish of the reception.
Just a second. Okay. I'm not talking about the rings, sir. The rings you have back. Deduct the rings.
With the rings deducted, it still comes out to about that. Everything was charged onto the cards.
Well, how could it be? You mean you paid nothing for the rings?
No, I'm sorry. I paid for the diamond on a separate credit card, but that still comes out to $5,000.
The diamond was bought for a previous engagement. That didn't have anything to do, so
No,
it's
no,
not my
no.
expenses.
What I'm trying to figure out is, what is the total exposure that you both have for these expenses? I'm going to cut them in half because that's what I'm going to do. Okay. You want me to charge him for everything because he canceled the wedding, but that's not the way it works. Now, how much money did he pay for the wedding expenses on his card?
$2,000.
Is that right?
No, that's incorrect.
Show me.
I don't have the statement. She kept all the receipts, Your Honor.
But you have the statements.
I don't have a written statement.
Statements from the credit card company.
I tried to get the statement for things that were bought back then. They sent me something. It wasn't what I requested. The only thing that I have now to show you the balance is I can show it to you on my phone. That's the only thing that I can do right now.
Are you kidding me or what? How much did you pay?
Well, I'm just requesting the deposits that I made on things with cash, the dress that was bought.
You have a wedding dress?
Yes, ma'am.
You have it?
Yes, ma'am.
Just like he has the rings?
Yes, ma'am.
The wedding dress is yours. You have it. Forget the wedding dress. What else? Sell it.
I have the dresses that I bought for his daughters. He has 3, the one for my daughter, my cousin, my sister. I also have the knives, the flutes.
Do you have it?
Yes, ma'am. But it was for both of us.
I understand it's for both of you. You don't want to split it up and give him half and you half, do you?
But I would like for him to pay.
He's not.
Okay.
You see the rings that he has?
Yes, ma'am.
He's never going to be able to get what he paid for the rings, which is why he wanted the cash. Never going to be able to get the cash equivalent, but that's what happens.
Okay.
You may not get the cash equivalent for your wedding dress or the flutes or the knives, unless you want to keep them, but you could sell them.
Okay.
Everybody has a little bit of a loss. Do you understand, Miss Cox?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just my own curiosity. How much before this wedding on May 19th was the wedding canceled?
3 weeks before.
By whom?
Mr. Wright.
What happened?
There was a huge blow-up, on Miss Cox's part, and she said some things that let me know that it wouldn't work, And after going through premarital counseling, I figure it's better to call off a marriage than get married and get a divorce right away.
Okay. Go ahead.
So... Also, I'm asking for $2,000 emotional distress because even though he called it off, he did come back to try to make it work.
What kind of emotional distress? I mean, where do people come up with these ideas? Of course you have distressed emotionally when a wedding is called off.
Okay. We never argue in regards to things that usually go in a relationship. We argue because he wanted me to stand up to his children's mother. He never said anything to her in regards to the things that she were doing to separate us. He always wanted me to say something. But that's the reason why I was called off, and I don't... Okay.
You were distressed emotionally?
Yes, ma'am.
Move on. Got it? That's what you do. Weddings get called off all the time. Sometimes not 3 weeks before. But it's better that it was called off 3 weeks before than 3 weeks after.
But his
gets a lot more complicated.
His reason wasn't really legitimate, Judge Judy.
I don't care what his reason was.
Okay.
What difference does it make what his reason was?
It makes a huge difference because it was only 3 weeks left.
You mean you would have preferred that he married you and then left you?
He wouldn't have left because he came back. He came back. If he was going to leave, he would have never came back.
The mother of his children wasn't going away. He has 3 children with her.
Absolutely.
She was not going away.
Okay.
Forever.
But the things that he did when he came back...
Find somebody without baggage. Do you have baggage?
I have a daughter.
Then you got baggage.
But it wasn't
He's got 3 times baggage. If you want somebody without baggage, Pick somebody who's lived in a monastery. You got it? Meanwhile, say, it's over. You're a beautiful young lady.
Thank you.
You look like a smart young lady.
I am, thank you.
Right? He's got divided loyalties. Find somebody that's a little more simplistic.
Okay.
All right?